Eventually, we will figure out our name, but for right now, welcome to our podcast. Either it will be named Three Dicks on a Couch or Guys Night Out. But today...
3 Dicks on a Guy's Night Out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it could be Three Dicks.
Compromise.
It's a very long name.
My favorite part is that eventually, whenever we invite a girl over here, then we're going to have to say Three Dicks on a Couch and also a Cooch. On a couch.
Or 3 Dicks on a Cooch.
Or we could just say...
I don't think that's going to work, Jacob.
Or we could just say 3 Dicks on a Couch featuring and then that person's name.
Yeah, there you
Featuring vagina.
Yes.
There we go.
Sure. Let's go with that.
Featuring a
vagina. Okay, so the most... So,
Right.
we watch RWBY and we talk about it sometimes because it's a fun show it's perfect. If you say it's not perfect, I will kill you.
Yeah, so
You won't actually.
If you can't tell, the first episode of our podcast is gonna be about RWBY. It may even become the second episode and the third, or just we'll have a part 2,
season
part
is going.
3. Yeah, I don't know.
Because
As long as we don't get bored and then stop at like volume 2.
it's gonna happen. Yeah, well,
Yeah,
okay, but it's because like RWBY is such a fun show to talk about for me personally because it's so good in so many parts and it's so awful in other parts.
Yeah.
That it's so much fun to just be like, the show is so good, but it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's got so many good redeeming qualities and there's so many things that drag it down, like season 4 in its entirety.
Yeah. No, that's entirely true.
Okay, there are parts of season 4 that are awesome, but okay. So how do we want to structure this? Do we want to like?
All right,
do we want to talk about like our thoughts on just volume 1? Do we want to just like just go through like the whole thing?
I want to go through the whole. I want to try to get as far as we possibly can before we decide to stop.
Fun.
But how I want to structure it is that we'll do World of Remnant first.
Ooh.
I don't mean like the episodes, because of course it's gonna be the backstory. I'm talking about the whole entire setting of it, everything like that. Then we'll go into Volume 1. Then I don't know if you guys really want to talk about the soundtrack or not.
I mean, I feel like a lot of stuff will just get sprinkled in as we go. Okay, that's the thing. This is gonna be the first tangent of 45. Like volume 3 just nails it with like its pacing. Like the first 6 episodes, you just assume it's gonna be like normal.
Structure is already broken. You're talking.
Of course it is. Shut up.
We told you this.
It's gonna happen. Look, we can find some better structure later, but like
No, we won't.
no, we won't. Look, here's my
I'll
thing.
try to keep us on track. Let's talk about Montium.
Okay, here I'll I'll stay on. You know what? I'll humor you. I'll stay on track. Monty, in the opening of Volume 3, the birds flying away as RWBY is like standing at the grave is Monty Ohm's signature. Like for
A second.
really? Yeah, for like a few 2 seconds or 2 or 3 seconds, it's Monty Ohm's signature. It's like, really hard to see, but
It's like 2 frames worth of his
Oh,
signature.
like his actual. Okay, I thought like
Well, no,
his signature thing is like birds flying in the background.
well,
like his
it's
artist.
supposed to look like
Yes.
that. Yeah, that's what his signature
It's the birds flying away, and then like for a frame or 2, it stops, and you can see his signature in the birds.
Yeah.
And then they keep flying away.
And then in the most recent episode, which I guess to provide some clarity to anyone who would be listening at any point, the episode that just aired yesterday was Volume 5, Episode 6. I don't remember the name though because I suck, but that's the knowledge we're going into this with right now. Is like we're in the middle of Volume 5. And the 6th episode just came out, so we're almost halfway through the season. This season's gonna have 14 episodes.
Yep.
Oh.
So it's actually gonna be
Right there.
yeah, it's automatically longer than the last season, which is good because the last season was Volume 4.
It was a filler arc. It's a full
See,
filler
if
arc.
you're gonna make a filler arc, don't make the whole thing.
Well, okay.
Or at least try to make it better than what it was.
All right, so World of Remnant. First of all, let's just go ahead and just talk about one thing I really want to talk about. The moon. What are your theories on the moon? Why is it cracked?
Oh, I've got the perfect theory for that. Lane, do you have a theory?
I don't know. Fucking like Salem was like moon. Boom.
Yeah, she went full Piccolo.
Yeah,
and just,
full
stop
Piccolo.
fucking me.
Now, see, my theory.
No, it's not stop mocking me. It's
Moon. Now, see, my theory. I think this is true canon because Miles Luna is actually a big fan of the series that I think crosses into the RWBY universe. So you see, it's that the world of Remnant is actually the world of this other game that I will go into in a moment. So there's a point in the greatest game of all time, 2001's smash hit Sonic Adventure 2, where
my God.
Eggman blows up half the moon with his beautiful Eclipse cannon powered by 6 of the 7 Chaos Emeralds.
He this shit to me.
Well, you see, Miles Luna is a fan of Sonic. To be fair, the one thing the only problem with this theory is Miles Luna is not a fan of the 3D Sonic games. That is literally the only problem with this theory.
A very large problem.
In the Sonic universe, half the moon is gone. Except for in Shadow the Hedgehog, where they just said that it turned. It didn't. It can't turn though. The moon doesn't turn. But well, it turns at the same rate as the Earth does. So you never see a different side of the moon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's it. It just takes place in Sonic World. Yeah, no, okay, legit. I don't think we have enough evidence anywhere to even start to guess what it is. Especially since they started the series saying, "Yeah, we don't know what the shattered moon is. It just looks cool. Monty thought it looked cool. We thought it looked cool, so we stuck with the shattered moon. But we have literally
honestly, I feel like it is gonna round back to Salem was pissed at something at the moon or something.
Or like the Grim came from the moon.
I want to say that it's probably something that has to do with the two original brothers, and like
one of them was the moon.
No, one of them was like punched into the moon, and it was like this great fight because they fought, didn't they?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure they had a huge fight where I think the light brother killed or kind of sealed the dark brother, and maybe like the shattered moon is like a remnant of that fight.
Maybe, or maybe that's where the super dragon lives.
No, because the super dragon lived in the mountain.
No, that's just the dragon. The super dragon.
Super. It's bigger.
It's in space, dude. All right. It's in movie space.
Jacob, I agree with your original theory. I think it's our colonies.
Yeah, no. The moon isn't the space colony arc. No. The space colony arc blows up half the moon.
Okay.
It's confusing because half of the rock that the space colony arc is posing as blows up too. So a lot of people think that the space colony arc is the moon, but that's actually not true.
Either way,
this has been Sonic Facts with idiot who actually still cares about Sonic.
All right. What else can we talk about with World of Remnant? I'll be honest, I really didn't watch most.
I didn't either. I watched like 2 episodes and I was like, no, this is dumb.
Okay.
Well,
like I respect it for what it is. They want to build the world without having to shove all of it into the episodes awkwardly. And I feel like that's a decent way to go about it. It's just information you don't necessarily need, but it honestly gives more context to every situation, etc., etc. But what I think is stupid, and what I think they're doing a really good job with in season 5, is they don't interrupt the middle of the season with World of Remnant. Like freaking Volume 4, it was like you got like 2 episodes in, and then they just did World of Remnant, and then an episode World of Remnant, episode World of Remnant. They took a break, and I was like, oh my gosh.
They did that a lot with Volume 2 too, right?
I think they did. Yeah, I think there were a lot of
2, yeah.
They did a decent amount with 3, but 3 kind of made up for it because it was Volume 3, and it had so much going on all the freaking time especially after freaking episode 6. I gotta stop almost going into Volume 3 because that should be a whole different topic.
Yeah. So, what was a thing that like I wouldn't mind talking about? Oh yeah. Nah, I don't know if I really want to talk. I don't know if I want to talk about
sex life.
I don't know if I really want to talk about Silver-Eyed Warriors yet.
What?
The Silver-Eyed Warriors. That was a World of Remnant.
Silver eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, Silver-Eyed Warriors. I thought you said
that
Civil Rights
Ruby
Warriors.
had.
I'm like, what are you talking about?
No, yeah, I mean, technically, yeah, you got them. If we want to talk about the faunus,
I'm good. Well, we can talk about
we
Faunus
could.
at some point. Yeah. Well, okay, that's one part of the world that I think they do a good job of building a pretty cool world. I think the World of Remnant as like an actual thing, not as a show or like the segment, whatever. I think it's cool.
Careful.
Totally didn't just spill a little bit of iced tea. I think it's cool. I think that like the Grimm are cool, etc. I think all the monsters, all of this different species. I think that the whole weapon thing is pretty neat, and how everyone's name is a color. It's all associated with color in some way.
But are they? Because like,
Yeah,
didn't Raven just get done saying that their name was Spark or Stark?
Stark.
Is that a color?
Stark contrast.
Ah, damn it.
It's got to be a color. It's got to remind you of a color, or it's got to sound like a color.
Wait, what about
Juniper's a berry.
what about
It's also a color.
Is it?
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure juniper can be considered a color.
We have the internet.
Whoa, crazy.
No,
What about the team from Never Miss a Beat? What were they called?
Funky.
Funky. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes you think of
Funky color.
green.
Oh, yeah.
It's funk.
Yeah.
I don't know. Man, like I don't know if they really follow the rule all the time. I think that I think they mostly care when it comes to the main.
Oh
cast.
no, because like when you guys tell me this, it makes me think about my fan fiction and how am I supposed to have my team name be Stick?
I think it only really matters for like.
At least you can't top how the stupid name they did for Volume 3. Team Sun, Team SSSN. Like, what?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
And then it's just like, let's just call it Team Sun, man.
What about, what about Team Ranger?
Team Ranger? What,
Boom.
What?
See, I was gonna do that earlier.
Yeah, they do.
Forgot
They
that.
literally call it out in the show. It's like, yeah, but Ranger isn't a color.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah,
have a
but neither
point.
is Junior.
Yeah, no, Juniper is straight up a berry.
I don't care what you think. It just has to remind you of a color, Lane. I'm sorry that I don't meet your standards.
I think that they just like gave up on the color idea later.
Maybe they did. I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, it's kind of hard to think of a lot of colors.
Yeah, right.
When you're mixing up letters.
Well, there's Flint Cole, who's simultaneously a color and
And two oars.
and also an Achievement Hunter reference. Anyways,
Another thing with what you were saying before with the weapons and stuff, we could talk about that.
Imagine if when she did her bipod form, it actually made a bipod. That'd be really dumb but unique, wouldn't it?
that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
She could do a double assassination.
Yeah, exactly.
She could just be like, I bought the perk. You're both dead.
Or like somehow, for some reason, she just gets two scythes with tiny handles.
I mean, that'd be kind of neat.
That would actually be kind of cool.
I think there are a lot of people that wanted to get like a second scythe or something. I think it'd be interesting if
That'd be super
yeah,
hard.
a lot of people would
That'd be super hard to control.
Yeah, right. For two of those things, like, one of those things, yeah.
I could understand if it was Kusarigama, they're just like tiny handheld, like single sides.
Totally.
But two full size sides.
Two
would
full
be
ruby
impossible.
sides
I'm
that are
gonna
like
be-
giant metal and have a million working parts.
Yeah.
No.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not actually entirely kidding about the fan fiction. I've never wrote it, of course, but like, you know how, have you guys ever listened to a song and then like thought of your own like music video or anything like
Yes.
that?
All
No,
the time.
Yeah.
I've never done that in my life. You're a nerd. Die. All right.
Is that your way of saying yes? I do it all the time.
Oh my gosh, you have no idea how many different. I made one for In the End when I was.
See-
I put one together.
Wow.
I put one together.
See, I want to, but I have no idea how video editing works. Like, I really want to, but I don't have the software or the knowledge to do it.
You just need Movie
Okay.
Maker and a bunch of clips from other people's works.
I didn't really mean that. I meant more along
Yeah,
the
I know
lines
what
of
you're
creating your own original idea. Like, I straight up have already created like an idea of how RWBY will end, and then how I would make a new like RWBY kind of where
She gets-
instead, like the main character I have for it is the son of RWBY. I don't have a real
His
name.
name
for him.
is Booby.
No, actually, I kind of just have him as my own
RWBY.
name.
Dude,
Unfortunately.
yeah, no, it's like Naruto, right?
Yeah.
his name is just Ruby's name, but it's with a B,
Yeah,
dude.
and instead of fucking...
You're
say-
making the screen catch your peak.
It's
That's fine. It's
no,
fine.
no, it's nice. It's at a level where it can't peak.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, okay.
And,
Well, it can.
like-
Until we listen back to the podcast.
and when they were-
No, this
it's
one
like,
can't.
and when the fans are referencing going back to RWBY, instead of just calling her RWBY, they go, RWBY's mother.
It's
Wow. Dude, Boruto's dad, they really should make a whole entire show about
Guys,
him.
have you seen the greatest new series from Rooster Teeth? RWBY? It's so good.
It's like RWBY, but new.
No, it would just be it would just be 4 B's because it would be the sons and daughters of Ruby, but they would all have B names. It'd be Bang.
Well,
Blake
actually,
would be the same.
All right, wait.
Vice.
Dude, how about instead of Blake, it's just Bake?
No.
And she's but here's the twist. She's really bad at baking.
No, wait. No, it should be Yake. So that way it will be in the end. Yeah. Yake.
Yake. Stupid name of all time. Yeah, my name's Yake. Like, did your parents hate
Yake?
Yake.
Alright, we're not going full jab.
But Yake?
Yeah.
So in my fan fiction,
God damn it, Jake.
you see, in my fan fiction, Crow actually becomes the main character, and then he kills everyone else.
And then the show becomes Crow and Friends.
Yeah, well, no, because everyone else is dead.
Yes, Crow and Friends.
Okay.
Him, himself, and him.
Okay,
He creates clones of himself.
Guys.
It's Team Q. And it's just Crow, and Crow. And it's the best show of all time. Because there's no other characters. It's just Crow.
What else we got? We got Faunus.
Dude, the Faunus, pretty
can do
sexy.
Faunus.
They're pretty hot, dude. Have you seen them?
I may or may not Photoshop the pants off.
I mean,
I may or may
That
not
whole bit was so
Photoshop-
awkward.
It's so
Oh my god.
That's the
It's just
best
John
part
Tron-
about that bit.
It's just JonTron, like you see he starts the joke and it's not taken off, but he's still trying to get it off the runway and it just fucking crashes because he runs out of runway. Oh my god, it's the most awkward joke of all time.
But it's so
I've never
good
seen
because
this,
it's
but by
so
the sounds,
awkward.
I don't want.
Oh,
to.
it's so fucking funny just because of the fact it's so bad.
Awkward. Anyways. What was
Alright,
the next
so
thing? Oh, yeah, we're gonna
Faunus.
talk about Faunus. Lane, were you about to say something?
How weird is that?
I was gonna say something to Jacob.
Okay.
You're not wrong. Firstly, but if they just weren't like half furries, then yeah, you would be completely right.
Yeah. Well, okay, because I mean,
Although, assuming we were actually in the world where the concept of furs didn't exist because they actually did exist, why not?
Why not, right?
Why not?
Dude, I wonder how many furries, or like half furries, this show is going to create.
Nikos.
Like,
I think that's the term.
But yeah, but as in like just people that are into half furries, like, cause like you can definitely trace back furries to like cartoons, like in a lot of cases. I mean, case in point. Seriously, like I'm a Sonic fan. I am not a furry.
Yeah,
I would have no shame if I was one.
Now that I do think back on it, a lot of cartoons back in our day were.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, there
a
were
lot of
tons
main
of
characters
yeah.
were
So
animals.
it makes me think like there's
That's
totally
why
going to
there's so
be
many
a
furries nowadays.
so many kids that are going to be
grown up.
like, yeah, I grew up with RWBY. My parents showed it to me, and then when I grew up, I wanted
I want to be the mermaid.
I wanted to have sex with the cat girl. I mean, on the bright side, it's getting us closer and closer to not all being fur. I'm kidding. I don't really have that much of a problem with furries. It's a little weird, but like, what isn't? So
And like they said in episode 5 recently, like Ilya is the closest one to looking human, and she's fantastic.
she's also voiced by a girl who does Makoto Nijima.
Whoa.
That's right.
Yep.
Whoa.
That is right.
Yup.
Wow.
You can tell when you listen to her voice, and
She's
it's
also you better know this. The person that also voices Asuna,
Wait.
it's the same person.
That's her?
Yes.
Makoto voice.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. How did I not notice that? It's really easy to tell with us.
It is.
then yeah, but like
Like how we all got off the couch.
Ilya's all right. Ilya's all right. I
Dude, you know what sells her for me?
Her name.
Her name. Besides her name, a physical attribute.
her sweet butt. No, okay.
No.
Ponytail.
Yes.
Ponytail.
Ponytail. I
Alright.
love ponytails, dude.
Yeah,
I just like how the ponytail curls up into like a iguana's tail.
Yeah.
I think that's.
I think besides the spots, I think that's how you easily tell how she's a chameleon.
Yeah, she seems pretty neat.
Iguana.
I think she might. I like how this voice actress keeps playing people that are just super vengeful, and it's just
Yep.
Feel my rage.
Okay, it is Asuna
Against her mother.
Oh shit, that's right. Because Rosario.
Yeah. Exactly.
Then again, there's a lot of vengeful characters.
The only
in
good
general.
part of season 2.
But I don't know. She seems alright. I don't think we've had enough time with her for her to have like enough redeeming qualities. Like right now, she just kind of sucks. Like as a person, like you can tell that she's just doing what she thinks is right, but like she's totally like she's probably gonna like be a direct result of like Blake's like dad dying or something.
Oh yeah,
because she's supposed to kill them. And well, cause that's like there's I want to say like, oh, this season there's gonna be all this stuff that happens, but like I felt the same way last season. Like I felt like last season like the Faunus town was gonna get taken over, and like all this stuff was gonna happen. And then it became season 4.
Yeah, and we're almost already halfway through season 5, and nothing huge has happened.
To be fair though, it was the same way in volume 3. Because like
that is true.
Like nothing happened for 6 episodes, and then once we hit like the second half, it just fucking spiraled.
Yeah, I suppose we'll get through that once we get the next episode.
Exactly. Yeah, next episode's the half. Well, like it'll get us to the halfway point.
Okay. Technically, I would not say nothing big has happened.
I didn't say big. I said nothing huge has happened. Something big has happened. Nothing huge has happened.
I don't know, because like I would say Yang and meeting Raven for the true first time where they actually can talk is a pretty huge thing to happen.
Well, okay. Here's the problem with that though. Nothing happened.
Yeah.
Like,
can I interject?
Yeah.
Where I put huge in a scale of for RWBY is what happened at the end of volume 3.
Yeah.
That is huge.
Yeah.
This was just big. This was big.
I don't know, man. Like
if that, yeah.
Like, not that much came of it.
Yeah.
She showed up, beat up a couple of guys. She walked in. Raven was like, "I'll give you all the answers."
She gave her like 2 answers.
Yeah.
And then left.
The thing that bothers me about episode 6, okay, just real quick, is she turns around. She's like talking about Ozpin, right?
Yep.
And she references Salem right after she was talking about Ozpin.
Mm-hmm.
And I figured her next line was going to be something like, "And he created her," had something to do with Salem's origin. Yeah. She says nothing else to connect Salem or Ozpin.
Yeah, no, which is not an answer whatsoever.
Yeah. She really gives no answer. She's like, "I'm a raven, leave."
Also, I just find it weird that that's like shocking to people. It's just like I kind of just assumed that Salem is the main
I could see
overlord
why
of
it's shocking to
Overgrown.
Yang because she didn't actually see that. She kind of just like Adam.
I feel like part of
fuck you. Yeah. You lost my arm.
I feel like part of the reason why episode 6 is so underwhelming is simply because, or at least that part of it, is just because Raven only provides answers that the audience already knows.
Yeah.
Except for she does. I do like the one thing that that I can remember off the bat. I might remember something later, but I do know the part that I like that they touched on is that Raven and Crow joined to kill Huntsman. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
I think it's a really cool aspect, and I can't wait to see how that's like. Is that's implemented in some way later? You know, somehow that comes up and it's like, "You Crow, you killed Huntsman," and he's like,
I drink. He's just like,
but
I'm drunk. You can't talk to me anymore.
yeah, but I don't know. I think that's an interesting aspect. I want to know more about Team Stark. I want to know more about like Summer. I want to know more about Raven.
I want to know more about Summer.
I think everyone wants to know more.
Yeah,
about
because Summer's it's just like, "I'm Ruby, but palette swap." And
just like Raven is, "I am Yang, but palette swap."
Well, at least she's got some like slightly different.
Yeah, like the feathers in her.
Yeah, she's got something different. She's got a way different design than Yang does.
Oh yeah,
in terms of her outfit. I really like Raven. I think Raven's she's such a cool character. I was so happy when they finally were like, "Yeah, we're all going to Raven. It's gonna be a thing." And they might come back later in the season because
they're definitely gonna come back.
Yeah, I forgot that was a whole thing where they're like,
"Oh no, spring, not summer."
Imagine my favorite character, living by the way, is Yang.
Yes, Yang's pretty cool.
And she and Raven look exactly the same.
Yes.
So
I want them to fight. I want them to have.
I do too.
Yeah,
that'd be interesting.
I don't know how it's gonna work though,
Because one of them has a sword, the other one doesn't. So it would be a lot of blocking.
One has a robot arm, though.
It's true. That will.
She has shown that she can block weaponry without taking any damage on that arm.
She can.
Yeah.
Also, there's auras, but
That too.
but it's like, well, I think the difficult part with a lot of things is like trying to figure out how like one person's fighting style works against another person's fighting style.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they have touched on that before, where we find out that it turns out the ultimate counter to Yang is Neo, because she's so small and fast that Yang can't even land a punch. I don't know what that was, but
That's another thing. I want more Neo.
yeah,
The last two seasons have not been Neo.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
nothing.
okay, the last season.
Because either we
Three
can
was funny,
assume that
yeah.
she's dead because she fell off the blimp.
She was in the
Yeah, she was in 3,
What?
4.
not 4.
Yeah, no, it's the last two seasons.
Yeah.
This one doesn't count yet because we don't know if he's gonna show up
I
later.
suppose that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is
So
weird.
the last season had no Neo, and I want more Neo.
She just kind of blinked out. So
I mean, she did fall off a blimp, didn't she?
did she?
I thought she fell off.
Also, it wasn't a blimp, dummy. It was a spaceship. I don't know, it's not a
It was a
spaceship.
Zeppelin.
What?
I think it was a Zeppelin.
I'm
No.
pretty sure.
No,
it was a
it was just a ship. It wasn't a
blimp.
Zeppelin.
It definitely was a Zeppelin.
It was not fucking. We will fucking watch episode whatever of volume 3.
Episode of whatever.
It was just a ship. It was not a Zeppelin.
I swear.
I mean, I will accept that once I see actual video.
Yeah. Anyway, we're not gonna hold on that forever because.
Yeah.
Anyways. Yeah. No, well, they didn't
You're
show
talking
her.
about Faunus's.
Yeah, but now we're talking about Neo. So
Oh,
just
okay.
shut up.
Because Neo's great.
Yeah, she's.
I guess we could just move on to like characters and then talk about volume 1.
You mean we haven't moved on to characters?
I mean,
We've been talking about characters for the last like 2 minutes.
I mean, you're right, but we were
Yeah.
technically supposed to be talking about Faunus. And, like,
I mean,
I sure do like that.
like,
you know, the whole thing of a podcast is you start on one topic and you slowly go into different topics as you go.
No, we stay on one topic the entire time, and that's it. Why are we still talking about the world of Remnant? I'm mad. This podcast is a
We've
ripoff.
been talking about the world of Remnant for 8 minutes.
actually, we've been talking about it for 41 minutes, even though not all of it has been the world of Remnant.
Anyways,
Go ahead.
so yeah, no, I think Neo's a cool idea. I wonder. I'm curious how she fits into the story now that Roman's dead. Unless Roman like pulls his way out of that dragon. That's the other thing. What's with the dragon?
It's frozen.
I know it's frozen, but now it's just frozen on the top of a ruined building. Like it's like, there's a dragon.
And all the
yes,
all the
it's frozen.
all the Grimm are now laughing at it from far away, just like it's a canon because Dumb RWBY. Dumb
like,
RWBY comics.
oh, dude, Dumb RWBY is awesome.
Oh,
Fucking-
they're
anyone,
so
okay,
fucking
anyone
good.
who's a fan of RWBY, look up Dumb RWBY. It is some of the funniest RWBY comics. It's great. I
Have
love
they
it.
made any new stuff?
What's that?
Have they made anything new?
Probably. I haven't actually looked it up. I should.
God.
Now there's a new season. He's probably making all kinds of Dumb RWBY. Oh yes. All right. Because they're so good. Anyways.
Yeah.
No.
Iced tea.
Threw a C on the ground.
Proud of you.
I have pumpkin seeds here somewhere.
Crap.
What was really
Did you find the picture that you were looking?
I was not. I just typed in Zeppelin RWBY and I got an AMV for Led Zeppelin.
Boom.
with,
Told you. No Zeppelins. No Zeppelins whatsoever.
I'm
Or
probably
apparently no one that watches the show knows what a fucking Zeppelin is.
It's not a Zeppelin. They are not Zeppelins.
I
There are
swear
no
to God, it was
Zeppelins
a
in the
blimp.
show.
It was a blimp. I swear to God, it was.
No. It's just a big ship.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe I should have typed in RWBY versus Roman.
Yeah, do that. Do the thing.
RWBY versus.
Ruby, the ultimate fight between her and Roman
Python.
Torchwick. Shoot. There's so many topics I kind of want to go into, but I also don't want to. Should we just go into Volume 1 and our thoughts on that? Because
Yeah, let's just do that.
because Neo is a
then
dumb
we
character.
can also start on like characters in Volume 1.
Okay, Volume 1 is stupid.
From what I saw.
Well, fuck. I guess we can't talk about Volume 1 anymore.
No, like Volume 1 is like it is the Assassin's Creed 1 of shows. If you've watched any of the other seasons,
You can't go back to it.
You can't go back because Volume 1 has atrocious animation. Like, okay, let me preface this because I'm going to complain a lot about Volume 1. I want to preface this. I understand that they probably had a really small animation team. It was a show that was just starting out, and a lot of these things have a very good reason for happening, and I totally understand why they couldn't make all the animation fucking perfect for the longest time. I get that. I'm also going to complain about it because it's distracting, and I hate it. But just know that it's not supposed to be me saying the show's bad because I'll specifically call that out. But anyways, yeah, Volume 1 is just oh my god. At the time it was okay because it was, for me, you don't get too invested in it right off the bat. You're like, this is pretty neat. It's got some cool fight scenes. The character trailers were awesome for RWBY. They were so good. Can you find any Zeppelins? I wonder why not.
Okay, fine.
The one picture I did see where they were standing was pretty flat. So yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a carrier ship.
Told you. No Zeppelins. Anyway,
hey man, I haven't watched seasons 1 through 4. I can't say 4. 1 through 3. Yeah. In a year.
I haven't seen 1 and 2 in 5 years. I actually don't even remember. I wanted to watch it all. I wanted to watch 1 and 2 before we did the podcast, but then I got lazy and didn't do it. So I barely remember.
Dude, I've got all the seasons on Blu-ray.
Okay.
Well, I've got one of them on Japanese Blu-ray because its box was really nice, but it was way too expensive. I don't know why I bought it. It's so expensive. Oh my gosh.
Oh, going back to the topic at hand. I just want to point out that I agree with your preface, but it also looks like they made it in fucking Alice Game Maker, which is god awful. It is the worst software I have ever used.
I think they made it in Poser. I think that's the program they used for the first 3 years, and then before they switched over to Maya.
Maya is fantastic.
It looks way better.
Oh yeah, I mean, season 3 looks great.
Yeah, I think they did a really good job.
That is when the animation started getting top notch.
Yeah,
for RWBY, top notch.
Yeah, you find I remember going through several episodes and not seeing problems with the animation, which was impressive because it was RWBY. if you go through seasons 1 and 2 with the same critical eye, oh my gosh, every time they run and it's a wide shot, disgusting. when they're running to go fight the giant,
it's a clipping texture. That's
dude, when they're running to fight the Nevermore in the whatever that episode is, oh my god, if you look at them, they are not matched up with the ground at all. It's so bad. And
that fight is still one of my favorite fights.
Oh, the fight is awesome. The animation in seasons 1 and 2 is good where it counts. It's not good whenever they're not in a fight. Yep. That fight's really good, especially how they finish off the Nevermore. That's the thing. That's one thing that kind of sucks about 4 and 5 is there aren't that many fight scenes.
Yeah.
4, it was the Tyrion fight was the big thing, and there was also the Sea Dragon fight at the beginning. But it was Volume 1, it was fight scene right off the bat, and then you go a couple episodes. Well, the thing is with Volume 1, it's every episode was 5 minutes.
Yep.
If you were lucky, it was 10. You know, I think the Nevermore episode was 10 minutes. Because it would really.
I think that's when they started doing 10-minute episodes.
No,
no,
they didn't start doing 10-minute episodes until Volume 2. I remember that because I was like, oh my gosh, it's 10 minutes! And then it was always 10 minutes!
Okay.
It's me! Seinfeld! Alright. I'm in RWBY! Team Seinfeld! Yeah. Alright.
But that would be 5 letters. How would you do that?
So with Volume 1,
Wait, how many letters is Seinfeld?
Well, if you're spelling out the whole name...
You're right.
But if you're doing an acronym, it would be SNSL.
Damn. Well, okay, they do exaggerate it a lot with a lot of them. That doesn't look right, but we'll pretend that it spells that. Anyways,
so one thing. Okay, so the big thing with Volume 1, the protagonists, of course, were Team RWBY, slightly Team Juniper, and then the antagonists. That was actually just Roman and Neo, right? They didn't have Cinder.
Yeah, Neo didn't come until halfway through season 2.
Oh, no, just Roman.
Okay. So yeah.
In fact, Neo wasn't even planned until like a week before the episode she premiered in.
God, that sounds horrible.
But she's still a great,
well
done
character.
Oh yeah,
She's great.
She is
She's dropped
great.
off the face
But
of
like,
existence now. But
I feel really bad for the people when Monty came in there and was like, "Hey guys, we need to add in this character. We need to add in her now."
Monty,
and it's like
the episode premieres in 1 week. Yes.
Yeah, and it's like
I don't care.
Oh, I thought it was like right before. Like 2 days before or something like that.
If it was 2, I don't think they would have been able to put her in.
No, if it was 2 days before,
I
there's no way.
suppose.
I'm surprised they did it with like a week.
Yeah.
If it was that, like, holy shit.
That was a very big scene, wasn't it? Because
It
like
kinda
Neo just
was,
like jumped out of nowhere
Yeah,
and then her
it's-
got into this.
I think
huge
originally Torchwick was just gonna get onto a helicopter and get away, or like the VTOL or whatever. And then they were like, "Well, what if Neo blocked it because she is a girl?"
But that also did they say that they were going to still introduce Raven in that episode, or did that actually help introduce a Raven
What are you talking about?
in that episode? Because the reason why Neo doesn't kill Yang is because Raven steps
Oh,
in.
Yeah.
well, that's not that episode. It's later in the season. But
Oh, I thought the first episode that
on the
Neo
train fight.
appears is the train fight.
no, she shows up in the episode where Roman gets the mech suit, and when she busts him out of the mech, when Yang busts him out of the mech suit, like she fires a shot at him. Neo jumps in the way, blocks it with her umbrella, and then she punches the illusion she's made, and
That's right.
they get away.
That's right.
But yeah, no.
Whoops.
Yeah, you guys don't know
Hey,
Ruby.
man, like I said, it's been like
Yeah.
8
Not
years
real
since I've watched
fans.
season
You
one.
guys need to
It's
get off
been
this
like 5
podcast.
years.
This is my podcast
Oh,
now.
I can't believe Jacob.
I mean, technically, you're right.
Yeah, honestly, it's
I-
your
I-
equipment, your stuff.
Yeah.
I may have made up the idea,
Yep, I
But-
have the.
And I may
ultimate
just
power.
be here because I hang out with you guys too much.
and I also wanted you to be here. I
don't
wanted
like
to. I didn't want.
Because apparently people want my opinion on things.
Yeah, because I wanted us to be 3 main hosts of the podcast that we will do.
Of which is still yet unnamed.
Yeah, which is still unnamed.
3 rubies on a bench.
Alright. So,
Can you imagine that?
Hey, my name's Ruby. Oh man, my name's Ruby too. Oh my gosh. Hey,
So-
do you want to not get character development for 5 seasons and then get it halfway
my
through
God,
season 5?
stop!
Oh my gosh, that sounds great.
And then the character development's only going to be like 5 minutes of the episode.
And it's gonna be a bunch of people shipping me and some little midget boy together.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, man.
I can almost guarantee that's a thing.
I would not be surprised.
Neither
It
would I.
would make so much sense, but at the same time, I also see Jean and
You'd
Ruby
be
making
Rose
sense,
Garden?
even though everybody else says no.
No, I
Jean
don't-
and Ruby
I
would not
don't-
make sense.
I don't want.
Yeah,
I don't want
I just
Ruby.
think Jean shouldn't exist.
I don't think. No. Oh yeah, but also that's another.
should be shot like the dog he is.
I agree.
All right. Here's my
can't help
my
it.
theory for the show. Ruby's dumb. Okay, no, but okay, legit. I have an idea that Salem is the Wicked Witch of the West. No, okay, no, that wasn't actually a joke. No, I actually think.
Oh no!
That Salem
I
is
know
the
what
Wicked
you
Witch
mean.
of the West, and she's like, she could be related to Glinda Goodwitch because they actually look kind of similar, and it would make a little bit like what? Okay, so let's.
Oh my
Like a
God,
Wizard
you're
of
right.
Oz.
I
Yeah.
forgot about
Let's
that.
pretend
joke.
for a second, right? Ozpin is something directly to do with Salem because he probably does, which would because like Raven brings them both up and they don't. Blah, blah, blah. What if Salem and Glinda are like like either they're related or they're like a result of like a being getting split in half, some shit like that.
What if? Hear me out.
Hmm.
Ozpin is one of the 2 brothers.
Okay.
Yes.
Hear me out.
Okay.
And Salem and Glenda are part of their creations because they had that whole like battle where they kept creating things that were better than the other brothers' thing, right?
Something like that.
What if they were their final creations?
That'd be interesting. But the thing they come together to create which would just be like everyone. I don't know, maybe. Because the thing is, Ozpin so far he hasn't really. I don't know. He hasn't come across as a god to me yet.
Yeah, I suppose.
He's clearly like he's cursed, right?
Yeah. He plainly says that.
I'm pretty sure he's like he could be like I feel like the common
I think he's the brother of light.
I
I'm thinking he's just like the wizard from that story, which I guess I could be one and the same. Because he's clearly like the Wizard of Oz, and then you have Tin Man, who is Ironwood, Crow, the Scarecrow, dude, boy, the Good Witch, which is Crow, no. And then
the lion.
we've just found the Cowardly Lion, Mr. Leo Lionheart.
Lionheart.
Yeah, yeah, I know. When I finally put together, like, I was thinking about it in my head, and I was like, yeah, Nosbin has his council. You know, I wonder who the lion. Oh, I'm an idiot.
Wait, so. Well, no, it could be that the Tin Man and the Scarecrow are the other two headmasters.
No.
Tin Man is definitely Ironwood.
Yeah, and because Crow is definitely the Scarecrow.
He augments himself a lot.
Yeah. And like also that's directly that is word for word. That's from the not word for word, but like that's directly from the director's commentary of Volume 3.
And like Jacob was saying, Crow, Scarecrow, and Lionheart, Lionheart.
Glinda Goodwitch of the North or South or whatever she was.
Actually,
I think it was the North.
I remember now because I forgot because you were just talking. You were basically telling your idea of how the end is
fiction
gonna
where RWBY loses both her arms and they both become cannons.
Actually,
I'm gonna take a stretch though and say Salem is the Wicked Witch of the East because Salem was in the east of the colonies.
Really?
Yeah.
How do we know that?
Well, because it was the colonies. It was the east side of the Americas.
Yeah, but how do we know Salem's there? Like, what? I'm confused.
The Salem witch trials were back. Were back when it was just the colonies.
I understand what you're saying.
So it would be on the east side.
Yes,
of
but
America.
also the West. America is the West, so that could technically be in the Wicked Witch.
I know. That's why I said just a stretch.
covering my bases. Okay. Also,
are you gonna talk about your fanfiction?
Oh my god.
Unfortunately, I can't even have to relate it back to that because my theory is of the end is that actually what you have to do in order to actually seal Salem away is by you combining
the house.
No, combining all 4 of the seasonal maiden souls.
Guys, I figured it out. Guys, what is it, John? I read this book, and they drop a house on the witch. If we don't have a sale, we win. We just need to buy a really big house. We'll revive Pyrrha. We'll make it out of metal. We'll just drop it.
That makes sense as to why he thought that her soul would go to RWBY. Because the RWBY slippers went off of the witch and onto him.
Oh my fucking goddamn it.
Dude, there's no place like home. Dude, wait, no. What if Esteblish is making houses?
Stop! Alright, let's go back. Back to Volume 1.
Oh,
let's talk about the 4 main
scene.
characters.
Okay.
The actual 4 main characters. So,
Crow, and Crow.
So, alright.
Yeah.
RWBY, we got RWBY.
Yes.
Everything about RWBY I love. She's my wife.
Dude, she's
yeah, unfortunately, she is in fact jailbait. And I hate that. But, so, overall, of course, we know RWBY is based off of Little Red Riding Hood.
No.
And then, how would you describe RWBY's personality? Quirky.
Two-dimensional.
Wow.
I mean, I can agree.
No, okay. I do think that
She's very quirky.
yeah, she's like
Eccentric.
she is the random, so relatable random girl who is very clumsy.
Eccentric, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
She also remains positive. She is an optimist.
Yeah, I feel like that's like the main strong point is like she's just like it's this childish character that's thrown into this adult world and she has to deal with everything.
And yet
Optimism,
she's
the character.
Pretty much.
Yeah, just like as Ozpin says, because of her optimism, she inspires people.
Yeah, she has to be a decent leader.
Yeah, she's an amazing leader, even though
She sucks.
yeah. I don't remember there ever being like a moment where like RWBY really truly acted as a leader.
Well, that's the thing. Like you gotta think.
Bumblebee.
What is a leader? Someone that
Makes decisions.
or someone that is charismatic, knows what they're saying, and like
can
and
bind the team together.
Yeah, and can motivate by words. Like you don't have to do anything. That's what brings out her strongest suit. Is she may not be the smartest fighter, but she is very charismatic. She knows how to talk, which is why Osmond says to Oscar in the last episode,
Episode 5.
Yeah, in episode 5, where he's like, she must have been one of the best huntresses at Beacon. He's like, in some ways, yes, not fighting, but with her talking, with her charismaticism.
What? No.
I know he doesn't say that specifically.
Not verbatim, but
yeah, I'm saying he's talking about her fighting style. It's a little rough around the edges, but she is very charismatic. She knows exactly what to say, and she's a leader, not through fighting, but through talking.
I will say I've been impressed at how much they've managed to bring Weiss around from being the biggest, baddest bitch.
Yeah, no, she's definitely gone up on my character scale.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because at first she's just like
snooty, snobby bitch. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
nice transition, by the way.
just becomes Electabuzz for Pokemon.
Really out there. Oh, okay.
But anyway,
so
yeah.
Weiss in the beginning, super huge bitch, because she was royalty.
Yeah,
and
also
even
she's
in
from a broken home.
Yeah, and in a broken home, as said in Red Like Roses. Oh god, now I actually have to remember the whole stuff.
Oh my god.
Dude, the royal test. That's what they refer to.
White is cold and always burning.
No.
Is always burdened by
the royal test.
The royal test?
Royal test.
Yeah.
Oh.
What do you think it
For
was?
some reason, I thought it was taste.
No. Royal test. Royal test as in she has to act like at all times.
Like
putting herself above others at all times.
Yeah, you see her loosen up as the seasons go on. She especially in I feel like in Volume 3, she really is just like, yeah, I get to be me. And then her sister shows up and she's like, yeah, okay.
And then in Volume 4, even though I fucking hate that volume, she kind of openly defies her father.
It just straight up becomes a rebel.
Okay, kind of say, for as much as a failure as Volume 4 is in a lot of ways, I feel like it was a big step forward for Blake's character and for Weiss's character.
Yeah. I would slightly put in Yang in that.
A little bit.
But that's only because of what happened at the end of 3.
She gets a robot arm now. She's solid snake.
Why I say slightly? Because it's not like big. It happens small, in short bursts over time. Yeah. Like at the end of every episode.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I would have loved it if Yang was actually the real leader, and that when Yang shows up in the 6th episode, Ruby is just like, boss.
They would call her Boss.
You're back.
Because the arm is the wrong arm.
Yeah. They just call her Sob.
Sob. With 2 S's. It's like, why are you guys calling me Sob all the time? It's a funny reference. Hello, me.
Or you could also call her Little Boss.
Little Boss. I would not call Yang little.
The opposite. Big boss, little boss.
She's not little in any way.
I know.
I love how short everyone else is compared to Yang. She's not the tallest character, but compared to all her teammates.
Taller?
What?
Isn't Blake as tall as Yang?
I think she's slightly shorter.
She's shorter than Yang, I think. But they're fairly similar height.
I think it's 3 inches shorter.
It's also very funny when I love the moment in episode 4 when Weiss hugs her, but she goes for the over the shoulders hug, so her feet are tangled.
Yeah.
It's really cute. I like that moment because there aren't really a whole lot. I don't think there have been any moments specifically between Yang and Weiss.
Yeah.
So that was pretty neat to actually. I think it would have been interesting if they were on it was just the 2 of them for a little while. Yeah. Not the rest of the season even even for a couple of episodes. But that's not really a big deal. It's whatever. Fuck it. I don't know. I don't want to turn this into Volume 5 forever. Let's just talk about that. But the point is, I've enjoyed Weiss's character development over the course of several seasons. I think she's really improved from where she was in Volume 1, where she was a prude bitch, and now she's actually a very relatable character with a lot of nice traits and whatnot. You can see where a lot of that came from the first season, which makes honestly the way her characters in the first season seem a lot better.
Actually, now you bring up the whole entire character transitioning for Weiss, going back to RWBY, I would say that RWBY kind of shows a little bit of a transition. It's not much, because she is still basically the same character that she was in Volume 1, but it shows you how strong she is, that even though, like, two of her friends died, and one of them died both of them died right in front of her eyes.
Yep.
She still is the same person and is still going as the optimist, even though like she's seen some pretty fucked up shit.
Well, I mean, you'll find that in like any show where the heroines watches their friends die. They're like, for them, I have to stay strong. For them, I have to keep fighting. Mm-hmm. I have to get stronger for them. Like it's you'll never find in these kinds of situations a main character that sits and broods over it like Yang did with her arm.
Still, I don't want to get into that because I want to get into that when it's Volume 3 to Volume 4 because that was one thing I have a problem with.
You said Volume 3 was the worst season, and we should just erase it from existence.
Right? You just said Volume 3.
I did. It's the worst season.
Oh my gosh.
Could you imagine? So, I'm sure there's someone out there who thinks Volume 3 is the worst season.
There was too little talking.
It's probably just because of the fact that Pyrrha died is the reason why they hate it.
There's some people, I love.
I hate it for that. Pyrrha was my favorite character.
I think it was a great idea to do that because Pyrrha was like the fully, basically. I'll use the analogy of Mega Man X. She was the Zero of RWBY. She was Zero dies eventually.
He does?
Yeah, he dies in like one Mega Man in like the very first mission. Like you play as him and then you win, but then all of a sudden you die or Zero dies.
Does he get Sonic 06'd?
Yeah.
Just get stabbed?
No, his whole entire body gets cut in half.
Oh, does he get cut in half by shoot, what's his name?
The Cutman?
No. What?
Cutman?
Cutman.
Cutman?
Yeah, Cutman.
Right.
That's a thing.
I know it's a thing. That's why it's funny.
No, I think what it was like a blaster like went through him and cut him in half, and then X sat there and like cradled his dying body and stuff. And yeah, well, because it was a sad moment for like people.
It'll be like Sonic 06, he'll bring it back with a kiss. He also needed the 7 Chaos Emeralds though, so
his body will just meld back together. You know how that works.
Well, Sonic, okay, but in Sonic 06, Sonic doesn't die till the end. He doesn't die in the very beginning.
Okay, well.
So it's Sonic Forces.
Yeah, it's Sonic Forces. Where he just gets beat up a lot and everyone assumes he's dead.
Yeah.
Sonic Forces is such a good game. Let's turn this into the Sonic Forces podcast. Okay.
No!
So
stop.
Here's why Infinite is the greatest villain.
Okay, I'm gonna...
Okay, I'm sorry.
Alright, so...
here's my Sonic fanfiction.
Yeah, that's why I think it was a great idea to kill Pyrrha off, because she was renowned as like one of the best huntresses, even though she hasn't even graduated from the academy yet. She's one of the strongest... Yeah, she's the best hero, or the best huntress.
She has an overpowered semblance.
Exactly. Which is why I think it was cool, or a good idea for them to have killed her off like that.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it shows... Because it's the same thing with Mega Man X, is like, it shows you the true potential of what RWBY can become when she gets stronger. Because then she gets the little superpower.
She Piccolo melds with Pyrrha. Yeah, and now Pyrrha's voice is always inside of RWBY's head.
And and I will fully disagree with Tyler on the whole entire you did they went the Destiny route, the thing that's really hypocritical of them to do, because Monty even said in the very beginning that heroes are made, not born. When for RWBY, she was born obviously a hero because of the fact that she has
It's like she's
eyes.
A prodigy. That's what they are.
Yeah. But like I understand where Tyler's coming from when he says that.
I can understand it too, but like saying that Pyrrha is a born of course she is.
No, not Pyrrha, RWBY.
I know, but I'm saying relating it back to that.
Okay.
Saying that something like she was born a hero is like, yeah, she's a prodigy. That's what prodigies are. Mm-hmm. Like they're born with the talents to do the thing that they have the talent for. That's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like, fucking God.
Yeah. I don't know why I mentioned the idea of talking about Silver-Eyed Warriors for World of Remnant, because that would have been a really bad idea, because that's something you should talk about when we're talking about Volume 3.
Yeah.
Even though Jacob's not here, we could go into Blake.
I'd rather wait until Jacob gets back.
Alright, so...
But, no, I completely agree. Even though she is my favorite character, I can see why they killed her off. She's one of the strongest huntresses at Beacon, and they needed to set a bar for where Ruby's strength ends and where it begins. Mm-hmm. So I can completely agree with why they did it. I just don't like why they did it.
You don't like that it happened.
Yeah, exactly. Because again, favorite character just dies, turned to dust, incinerated.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Dust in the wind.
Now you're back. So now we can talk about Blake. So first she was,
why isn't she black?
Yeah, why aren't any
let's
yeah, you know what? I'm upset with RWBY because they have not included any other ethnicities into the main 8 characters. How dare they not bring in a black man or woman?
Wrong.
If you're about to say Ren,
yes.
And also,
I mean, you're right. I know Ren is in fact definitely is Asian. You can definitely tell he is in fact Asian, just by looking.
How can
at
you
him.
tell?
If you look at his eyes and look at everything that he does,
all right.
He's wearing traditional Chinese
Now we know that you're a racist.
Anyways, back to Blake.
Okay.
She's Chinese.
She started out as like kind of a broody loner. Mm-hmm. I mean, she kind of kept the whole like loner thing, but she's gotten better with it. You know, with keeping Sun around, even though she didn't like. She blatantly says in what's that, episode 5? Episode 5 of this season, where she's like, even though I didn't want you to be around, you've been around.
Yeah. And you stalked me.
You stalked me.
You've made it better. Like you helped me. Yeah. Even though I didn't want you to be here.
Yeah.
The little fucker.
But like, yeah, she started out as this like broody character that was like a kind of loner that didn't want to do anything but read
hentai books all day.
Yeah, and she slowly became this like to make use of a very bad pun. She became sort of an open book.
Ha. Got him.
Like she started opening up to her friends more and it started accepting like their friendships and their help and stuff.
Did anyone else kind of find it when weird? Even though well, you know what? Never mind.
Weird.
We'll get back to that. That's a volume.
Weird.
Okay,
you know I find weird.
That's a volume 3 thing again.
Find it when weird.
You know what I find weird?
What?
How many people want to fuck Glinda Goodwitch? Oh my gosh. There's so many people.
I will admit she does. Okay, she has the teacher look to her that like a lot of guys really like.
She's not.
Plus, she's
great.
blonde and she wears glasses.
She's not.
And she carries around one of those ruler things.
A whip.
Like seriously, you gotta stop.
That's what it is.
What?
It's a whip.
Yeah, well, it's a riding crop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly why people. And
Riding
plus,
crop,
she
which
has the high-waisted skirt.
And she's
so
also got the boob
definitely
window.
understand. Yeah.
Anyways,
I can definitely understand.
If we're done talking about Blake, which I don't think we are.
No.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't really have that many thoughts on her.
Yeah,
The
no,
only
because
thoughts I really had were what I said. So.
Yeah, I guess actually that might actually be really it for Blake. Because
I think she's been raped by Torchwick, not Torchwick. Adam. Like, dude, okay, fucking. I think what I'm thinking of is probably you didn't want to bring up just yet because it's volume 3. But yeah, no. What the fuck?
Well, it's
I like her story with the White Fang. I think it's really interesting. I think she was a good way of introducing the White Fang as a concept. Just oh, she's from the White Fang. Okay. Yeah, I do like that whole intro.
I've annoyed your dog,
dude. There goes the dog. All right. I like all the freaking character trailers. They're all so good, and I think Blake's is one of the best ones because it has a lot of plot to it.
Yeah.
Like it gives you all this freaking some preface to how stupid Adam is. Well, actually, at first you're like, oh, he might be cool, and then Volume 3 happens.
Yeah.
Anyways,
and then you're like, Adam has really dumb hair. Yeah, take that, bitch.
I don't think his hair was that dumb.
I hate
I think his
hair.
mask is dumb.
I
More than
think
anything.
he's.
I hate his hair so much.
Gay.
Yeah, he's very. That's why he's such
He's so frustrated.
That's why he's always angry and
He's like he's
unhappy man. Is just because he's hiding his homosexuality.
He's homophobic and he's afraid. He's afraid his parents are gonna find out. They're gonna beat him up.
Anyways, moving on.
Alright. Yang.
Yang, the best living
She
character.
has boobs.
Yes, she does.
Boobs, McGee.
She also has purple hair,
What?
purple eyes.
Wow.
I was getting ahead of myself because I was going to follow that up with blonde hair.
You have purple hair.
You have purple.
What the fuck?
Purple eyes and blonde hair.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Dude.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Got a nice rack. Got a nice ass. Got some nice legs.
Okay, maybe I really should have interrupted you right there.
Fighting style is pretty great. I love her fighting
Yes,
style.
the fighting style for Blake. For Yang is one of my favorites by far, is because it's just shotgun hands. Awesome.
It's very
love that.
Fisticuffs.
Yes, have you seen my fists? They're cuffs. Yeah, no, I really like her design.
Yeah.
Just in general, I think she's really cool.
Oh yeah.
I enjoy how she's taken this kind of dark turn. It's not like super dark. It's interesting how it's like she has. That's another thing that I think is really cool, is which we brought up before, kind of with RWBY. Like Yang hasn't changed either. Just her she's a lot more serious now.
Yeah.
Like before, she was a little bit more carefree.
Yeah.
But like since she lost her arm and she saw the fall of Beacon, you can tell like that's only like caused her to become like more
Yeah.
strong.
To simplify, she
strong-willed.
went from playful, hot-headed to serious, hot-headed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
'cause-
you see that a lot in episodes 5 and 6, or no, 4 and 6, because she never moves a muscle at any point. Like she's staring her mother down that she's been trying to find for years, and she's surrounded by all of her goons and like all this stuff. She doesn't stutter. She doesn't
Sass.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of sass, but like I don't know. Like I think it's really cool how there's like never a point where she just like gives an inch, and it's awesome.
Well, like, and playing off of that, like the biggest thing she would do before that change would be to immediately go after her and try to hit her. Like the biggest thing she would do.
Also, she's a Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
As
that is
her
absolutely
song,
true.
yeah, as her song says, I'm Super Saiyan now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And her hair glows.
Yeah. One thing that you brought that up, that reminds me, it actually is really weird to realize that she has definitely went from being more playful to being serious. Because, like, if you remember in her character trailer, God damn it, Jacob. Jacob just showed, like, a large amount of cleavage
There's a lot of boob in this picture.
Yeah, that's a
Jacob,
lot of boob of
Send that
Yang.
picture to me. I need it for research.
Everybody's dick is very large for Yang.
I mean, except yours.
Except for mine, because I just constantly want Yang to die, even though I don't want her to die.
Well, two cases now. You have put her talking to me. You have put her in a situation where she has died.
Yeah.
You wanted her to die at the end of season 3.
Yes, I did in fact think that Yang was going to die at the end of season 3 to make RWBY a stronger person. In the end, I was half right, because somebody did die to make RWBY a stronger person, and that was Pyrrha, not Yang. I don't know, I just see that Yang will die by the end of the series because she's the big sister of RWBY. I don't know, I just get this giant feeling that there's going to be that moment where Yang or somebody dies. I know you guys think that Blake seems the most likely to die. I don't know. I can see where you guys are coming from when you say that.
Honestly, if we're talking about family members to die to make her stronger, I'd say probably Crow.
Yeah.
Like he's
yeah.
already been on the verge of actual death, unlike Yang.
I honestly thought he was gonna die last season.
Yeah, I did too.
Me too.
But then he got better and made the show Crow and Friends. So,
You know it, bro.
Oh yeah, That's what I was actually going to talk about. So with Yane, when you were saying about how she went from being playful to serious, one of the very obvious things to show that is how she was in her character trailer, where she straight up, like at one point, it's really horrible writing. I will be honest with that. When like she was like insulting the bouncer at the bar, right?
Oh, wait, we're not talking about the character trailer anymore. Then we're talking about
No, because she does that in the character trailer as well.
What?
Yeah, she like talks to the bouncer guy, and then like at one point.
Oh! You mean for okay? Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of the character trailer from this season. Never
No,
mind.
no, the yellow
my bad.
trailer.
Yeah, yellow trailer. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yellow
I'm
trailer.
on the same train as you. Okay.
Okay, so with the yellow trailer.
Oh yeah, she touches his dick.
Yeah, she goes in to kiss him because they're like, "Why don't we just kiss and make up?" Which, first of all, really shitty writing. That made no fucking sense. And the guy was just like, okay. And then she just fucking grabs his nuts and a fucking iron grip.
Gosh. Yeah. Oh my gosh, and the acting in that character.
Yeah, that is. Oh,
it's so
God.
bad,
It's
dude.
so
Ruby's
horrible.
voice is the most like just awful garbage. Like when she spoke at the end of that character trailer, I was like, no, is that what she's gonna sound like? And then she sounded better by the time the show started. But in that character, in the yellow trailer, it was just like. Oh no!
Yeah, it's so like awful
the
writing.
Action was really good.
Oh yeah, the fight was amazing because of course it was because we all love Yane's fighting style here. It seems
Because it's pretty.
it is. It's fucking awesome.
She's a cutie patootie.
But
she makes
to show that, like how she uses her power of being extremely attractive and using sex appeal to get her way, and then Volume 3 happens. The end of Volume 3 happens, and now
she uses her sexy robot.
the obvious, or like the obvious moment to show that she no longer really does sex appeal is like the scene that you two hate in Volume 5, where she pinballs the fucking guy out of the bar.
Why? Oh, okay. I've said it before.
I knew I wanted to avoid talking about that, but then I remember. Then I just said it out loud.
Okay.
Because I knew you were gonna go into a tangent.
It's not gonna be a tangent. It's just
Okay.
gonna be for 1 second.
We're talking about the pinball because I was
Oh, boy.
comparing.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just say this. I'm sure there's gonna be plenty of people. Like, if anyone ever listens to this ever, there's gonna be plenty of people that are gonna be like, "But this was so funny. I liked how he bounced around the room."
I'm right here, Jacob.
But okay. I also thought it was funny. I don't know. I don't think it really fit the tone of the episode. I thought the tone shift was very sudden and it was disgusting and it ruined the entire show.
Yeah, no. If they wanted a comedic relief for that part, you just punch him and have him like roll out or something.
Yeah, or like
you don't have to pinball him
just
out.
just fly out the damn door. Like, why does he Gmod all over the damn? Oh, it pisses me.
I love that so much because when you guys said the Gmod thing, then I could see it. I could see someone just standing off in the corner with a gravity gun. Just
It's really dumb. Like, wait. Yeah, no, like, I'm okay with that in like an MGS Secret Theater kind of way, but like not in the actual show. I don't know. It's like I get that the show can be goofy at times. Like I've got nothing against the show being goofy. Just I think in that moment it wasn't really called for in that way. It was just kind of, but it's not like it's a huge issue. I just didn't like it very much.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times when they try and get goofy, it doesn't work out. Like the scene in like, well, like in the okay, Ruby's head getting giant is weird, but it's not that bad.
It's pretty bad.
It's
really awkward.
The thing that bothered me was, I think it was Volume 2. Weiss gets up on a chair at that one part where she's like, "Blake Belladonna, what is wrong?" And she gets up on the fucking chair and there's like a 5-second awkward silence where she gets off and puts it back. It's like,
I don't know. I kind of enjoyed that because first of all, Weiss is a serious character. Well, quote unquote serious.
I enjoy it for that.
Can we just appreciate every comedic relief with Vi, who this kid just recently found out meant two?
You didn't know Zwei meant too?
No, I forgot. I
Dude,
never paid attention.
When he turns 3, does he become dry?
Oh my god.
Wait. So his name was one in German before, but
No.
It's always been Zwei.
It's always been Zwei.
Is Why dead? I could have sworn.
No, he's still alive.
He's
Really?
staying.
He was
I'm
in
pretty sure
Volume
he's
4.
staying with Ty.
Yeah, he was in Volume 4.
Yeah.
Oh, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Like
sure.
for like 2 seconds.
I could have sworn that like at one point, maybe
They
it was
had
like
a
a
death
different
scene.
show. No, there was like a moment in one. Maybe it was a different.
Why? No!
It was probably a different show that I'm thinking of.
It probably is.
Where
Dumb.
I guess a dog died and like you didn't even know that was about to happen. It was just random and like the character is just really sad throughout the whole entire episode because her dog died. And I could have sworn that was RWBY.
And it was part of my
It was
fan
just
fiction.
No,
No,
don't
you
put it back.
No, you have to remember.
We can talk. You know what? Why don't we make a whole podcast
Yeah.
devoted to my fan
Sean,
fiction for RWBY?
Sean, I just want you to remember back in season 2, Professor Oobleck hit Zwei, made him a flaming ball,
What was
What?
that?
and this,
What was that?
and
What?
this dog lived.
What are you talking
You don't
about?
remember that?
No.
That was the funniest
You don't
scene.
remember? That was 5. You gotta remember, I haven't seen Volume 1 and 2 in 5 years. I don't remember anything that happened in 1 and 2.
It's when they're fighting on the train. Oobleck
Yeah.
just makes his staff like flamethrower thing.
Yeah.
Zwei jumps up and like starts doing the like morph ball thing.
Yeah,
he
he-
just hits him.
Yeah,
and he
he
just
pulls a
flies
Sonic.
down flaming.
Yeah.
Wait, who?
Zwei.
No.
Oobleck.
Who's
Coffee
Oobleck?
teacher.
The coffee teacher.
Oh,
The
okay.
Here,
really
I'll-
crazy, like really fast one. The one I love. My favorite
Yeah.
teacher in the
He's
entire
awesome.
show.
Oh
is.
my gosh.
Professor Oobleck is the greatest teacher to grace this show.
Zwei. Fireball. I'm gonna show
Oh,
you this.
boy.
Yeah, no, this is a fantastic scene. It is great.
It's insane. I'm sure.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Fucking-
my god.
Yeah, you got fucking
Oh
turned
my
into a
God.
flaming
Yeah.
ball.
What
Come on,
is
I'll
that?
bet you this is a GIF. Yep.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, it's
Why,
real.
God?
That's real.
What is the fuck?
Yeah.
It
happened.
was the most hilarious thing in season 2.
Is
Yeah.
he like...
No one knows.
Is
Boom!
Oobleck
Look at that! Look at that!
Is Oobleck and Zwei like old partners? Is
Dude,
that, like,
it's
do they
so,
know
it's
that?
so funny. When we get to the front of the train and like RWBY turns around, she's like, and Oobleck, like it's Oobleck, Zwei, and RWBY. They're at the front of the train. RWBY has to go stop Torchwick, and she turns around and Oobleck's like, "I will hold them off. You quickly get in there and stop this train." And then he turns around and runs away. And Zwei looks at RWBY, and RWBY's like, "Go!" And then Zwei's like, "Bah!" And then he like runs after Oobleck, and they keep.
It's fucking great.
And fucking when they crash the
Holy
train,
shit.
he's the first one out of the train. He like jumps out and like Oobleck comes after him. It's insane.
I can't believe Zwei is secretly a huntsman.
I just want to say, Jacob, that was a spot-on impression of Oobleck.
Thanks, man.
Like, spot on.
Kayla's told me before that if she had to compare me to one RWBY character, it's Oobleck.
Yeah, yeah, no, you're
Glad.
pretty eccentric yourself.
I can't stop.
Oh god, what were we talking about? We were talking about Blake. No, we were
talking
talking about
about
Yang,
Yang.
because Yang is the final character in RWBY, Team RWBY.
Yeah.
we should say.
Until she dies in your fanfic.
In
But she
literally
doesn't.
everything you
Remember, I
want.
bring her back.
Yeah,
That's
but
right.
you wanted her to die. The point,
Yeah, I
the
wanted-
point here being, you wanted her
Yes,
to
I
die.
wanted her to die in the actual canon. In my canon, or excuse me, in my fan fiction, she dies, but not really. There's also a moment where, never mind. Again, never mind.
Not talking about your
Yeah.
fan fiction
Yeah.
anymore, Sean.
Talk about that another day if you guys are honestly interested, because I will be
In your
super down.
fanfiction.
Super
Alright.
down to talk about that.
So,
So are we done with Yang?
I think we're done with Yang.
Yeah, because I just got to. Oh yeah.
Does her
that's what
robot
you
arm have a
missed.
vibration feature?
Oh my
That-
god,
she got
Jacob.
Asked, she got asked
I
that.
know.
They had a panel. It's so
And they
great.
played it off, and
They
I
did.
loved
It
that.
was great.
They just made it
was like,
not.
yeah, it's
sexual,
for
though.
combat.
Yeah, combat. Just be like.
Yeah, it makes her punches stronger.
Yeah.
I mean, technically that would.
Just yeah, like.
Yeah, she does the aura thing from JoJo's with her fucking robot face.
Well, I wouldn't even say like that. It's just because
Yeah, it would not work like that. Yeah.
All right.
No, she could just slap somebody multiple times. Just.
No, like the vibration would be like Flash's like thing where he like separates his atoms. It would be like kind of like that, but not as fast. And just like
I
the
wouldn't know.
force
I
of
don't
hitting would just
watch.
like cause friction and just obliterate.
See.
Exodia.
Stop.
Exodia.
All right.
Obliterate.
So, Now, would we say the next one would be Juniper? Or,
Ooh.
yeah, Juniper, I would say.
Sure.
Because we should really talk about Volume... If we're talking about Volume 1, we're only talking about the characters, because I don't think anything happened in Volume 1 other than character introductions.
Well, we have.
I mean, there's the fight with Nevermore,
Oh, that was
and
nice.
the
Oh, yeah, that's
Scorpions
right.
called again.
The Scorpions. That's what they're called.
They definitely have a name.
Lancaster.
Deathstalker. The Deathstalkers.
Okay.
That's what they're called.
You mean Scorpions?
Yes, Scorpions.
Death Scorpions.
The fight with the
Oh, you
Nevermore
mean,
and
the
Death
come over
Scorpion,
here's.
the Deathstalker.
Get it? As it's Scorpion.
That was really the only
Combat.
big thing that came from season 1, wasn't it?
Yeah, the 2 giant fights. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
Nice
I totally
Mortal
forgot that
Kombat reference.
Thanks, man. I totally
I'm
forgot
proud
that
of you.
Scorpions were actually a part of the thing. That was also... That's a fight in my fan fiction. I'm sorry!
Isn't that like the only big
I've
thing
never
that happens
talked
in
about
season
this,
1
so
is
it's
the fight
actually
with
kind of
Nevermore
fun to
and
talk
Deathstalker?
about.
Let's see. We find out that Blake is a funness.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
There's the whole thing where she runs off, and then Penny shows up, and then they fight the.
So
they
more
fight.
characters.
They fight the White Fang at the end, and Roman Torchwick. Crow shows up. He doesn't actually. He doesn't actually. He doesn't actually. Well, okay. Crow doesn't show up. His name
You can
shows
see the
up.
capture, by the way, everybody.
Crow's name shows up in the because he sends a message to man.
that's true.
All I think is interesting is that so that you know W man symbol like
W man.
I remember at the end of episode 1 volume 5 when evil man's like symbol like shows up in like the hologram when he's talking to Lionheart. Like, yeah, and it's like a W. The same symbol shows up on Cinder. Shut the fuck up! Oh my gosh,
We're doing a podcast.
Xbox is the worst console.
I mean, you're right.
By
Yeah, I
PS4.
know. Anyways,
Not sponsored by PS4.
I am.
No, you're not.
Love how it shows
you're
up on
so-
your computer too.
What?
I said I love how it showed up on your computer too.
Pisses me off. It's so annoying. Anyways, what was I saying? I actually forgot.
The W man.
Oh yeah. So,
Big old W
So
man.
the W shows up on Cinder's scroll in volume 2, maybe 3, when
Definitely not one.
she specifically says like, oh, thanks to our friend, we've gotten access. So it's interesting because it sounds like he was that friend, dude, and he gave him access to fucking somehow.
Yeah.
Probably because of Lionheart, actually, because he's
Probably.
supposed to be part of the inner circle.
So
Now on to Juniper.
Juniper.
So, start off with... we'll
worst
just
character,
keep
Jean.
on going with the names and go in that order.
So Jean.
So
you
Jean.
mean Jean, the new main character of the show.
Yeah.
I mean, not really.
But he's not.
I know.
Not really anymore.
But season 4 was basically Jean and friends.
Kind of.
No, I wouldn't say
I don't
so.
know.
I would
Well,
say...
okay, I would say Volume 1 was worse with that.
Really?
Was it?
I would say Volume 3.
Kinda. Yeah, I see where
Volume
you're coming
3
from
had
there.
a lot of Jean in it.
3 into 4, yeah, I'd say.
I guess I don't. They take they I feel like they put a lot of focus on Jean for a while and then they take it off of him for like
Yeah.
the rest of the season. Because that was the thing. He was an emo little bitch in
There
season
you go.
4. And then but
Yes, he was.
no. Yeah.
Crow,
whatever. I don't care.
What-
You're
what
giving
do
us
you-
all the answers.
Wait, he was in emo? He was emo? I thought he was just fucking awkward and quirky. He was like...
No, like he was
like...
straight up being rebellious to Crow. He was like just getting angry whenever Crow would speak.
Yeah.
No, I mean in Volume 1.
No,
I
no,
thought
no,
you were talking
We're
about
talking
Volume 1.
we're talking about 4.
Yeah, I just
Oh, okay.
I specifically referenced 4.
Yeah.
He's gotten better though,
Mm-hmm.
kind of. He hasn't really
Yeah.
talked at all though.
Yeah, good. As a side character should.
So I'm
Wow, Rip Nora and
Curious
Ren.
But see, Nora and Ren have hardly talked in the first place.
And then they got a whole entire season for themselves.
I wouldn't even say a whole season. The last like 4 episodes of season 4. I'd say.
yeah.
I mean, yeah. If you want to be real technical about it, but
if you want to be
it was
you know what?
fully
But you know what?
about
It
Ren.
cleared up a lot of questions that a lot of people had. Like why
Oh, yeah.
why is Ren so like not
what's his
talking
semblance?
about- Yeah, like,
Inclusive.
what's
Which
his
we
semblance?
they don't even clearly explain it in that fucking season. We don't actually know for sure what it is until season 5.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Like
It's like I figured that's what it was.
yeah, suppressing emotions. Yeah.
Which is really interesting, actually.
Yeah.
Let me just say, I know we're skipping straight to Ren all of a sudden, but fuck it.
But you know what? It's better than talking about Jean.
Yeah,
Well,
Jean,
no,
we don't
because
have.
we just went from the start to the end.
fine.
Let's keep.
It's fine,
No,
it's
no,
fine.
guys, come on. We have to.
Why? Why do we
Because
have
we
to?
did it. We did it with Ruby.
Yeah,
We
but
did
they're the
pretty
main
well.
characters. No one gives a shit about
Come
Juniper.
on,
Okay,
man.
Yeah, because the main character from Juniper died. The best character from Juniper died.
No, okay.
Come on,
Oh my
guys.
Alright, fine. Jean sucks. Okay.
I agree.
Pyrrha's
Stop.
dead. Okay. Nora's
Wait,
funny.
whoa.
Boom. He's done. Done. Ren is the best character
You're
here.
actually Max.
Fine. We will go weirdly with Juniper.
So, I just want to say that Ren's semblance is interesting because when he masks Jean's emotions, the Grimm, even though it's a really, really powerful Grimm that's been around for years, which would suggest that it, once again, is very, very powerful, can't see him, which suggests that they don't have actual eyesight. They can only detect where you are based on your negative emotions.
Kind of like zombies, but instead of with like sounds and shit, it's emotions.
Yeah, again.
But it's like I think it's really interesting because like
I was gonna talk about my fan.
Yeah, I know.
don't fucking do it again. All right.
Okay. Anyways, continue.
I do think it's really because like okay, then in theory, if you find someone who can like control their own emotions like to a serious extent, oh my gosh, okay, I get it. It's probably a character in your fan fiction.
No.
But-
The thing that you're talking about with the grim negative emotions.
I do think that's that could play into it. Like if so, like okay,
Fucking nerd.
like
But even then, what if it was
Talking about
only like
myself.
specific emotions like fear and anger?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I'm curious as to because I think it is specifically negative emotions that they're attracted because they only say that they're attracted to negative emotions. They never specifically say, oh well, they can only see you if you feel like
That's
shit.
true. That is true.
So it makes me wonder, like, okay, say you like master your emotions, and you make it so you can just control like fear and anger, and like, so then all of a sudden you can beat any Grimm because they can't see you. They don't know where you are. Unless they can, of course, they could just account for eyesight. They could also hear stuff. I think that they can hear.
Yes.
They've shown
They
they've
can.
shown evidence of being able to hear. So like that's one thing, but I don't know. I think that's really cool. It's like they've clearly like without ham-fistedly telling us, they've managed to represent the fact that Grimm can only see you with negative emotions. I think it's great.
Actually, no. I don't think that's entirely true. I think. Well,
Fuck
you gotta
you.
also remember that
I'm the
they
only one
were
that's right.
hiding, weren't they? They weren't out in plain sight.
Jean was
they
out
were?
in plain sight.
Oh, they were.
In like when they actually fought it, yeah, they like Jean was out in plain sight. He was right in front of the I don't remember what it's called, but the big old creepy dude. And like it's charging straight at John.
Probably the horseman.
And, yeah,
That's his
and
name. I wouldn't be surprised.
no, it's like a weird name. It's not like horse. But yeah,
The Sleepy Hollow.
it's not that
Let me
either.
find out.
But it's charging straight at him. It clearly sees him, and then Ren like hits the ground. He puts his semblance on Jean, and then Jean goes black and white, and then it stops because it thinks he's gone. So unless that thing's just like actually blind, and like it's one exception or whatever, which would be annoying. That would mean that they don't have any actual fucking eyesight, and they can only like sense you, like they're going to visually perceive you based on emotion, which is I hope that's the case because that could play into it really interestingly if they choose to actually do something with it. Because I mean I don't know, I think that makes Ren's semblance really cool. I think that makes him way more like important to the team in general. I think it's awesome. I also just, you know what, we can also go back to Jean for a second because
Cool, because I was actually going to go back into John as well.
guess
You were
what?
done.
his semblance is gonna suck,
Or
no matter what it is.
yeah, it at this point we've concluded that Jean's semblance is either going to be disappointingly stupid or disappointingly overpowered.
Like, and to be honest, like, it's not that much of a fault of Rooster Teeth, in general. Like,
It's definitely the fault of Rooster Teeth.
Is it though? Okay,
here's built it up. They haven't, or they've been hinting at it for how many volumes now? We've gone into volume 5 and we still don't know what it is.
Yeah, but like at the same time, I feel like a lot of people will put a lot more stock into it than what it probably deserves. Like, cause I don't know, man. Like, it's not like they were like, Jean's semblance will end all things, and we're gonna wait 5 seasons to tell you.
That's his semblance is just the apocalypse.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, but I don't know, man. Like, I feel like it's just like, granted, it's not like the perfect way they could have like executed it, but at the same time, like, I don't know. I don't think it's fully an awful thing that they haven't like given us a semblance yet. Like, would I have liked it? Yeah. Do I understand that they want to like tell their story in their own way? Yeah, I also get that. I don't think they're perfect storytellers, but I think they're pretty good at it from time to time. So I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, I'm sure it's something interesting. At least I hope it is. You know, if it's just like he can deflect attacks or something, I'm gonna be mad. Because I think they've said, I feel like I remember them saying, like, you've already seen Jean's semblance. And if they're talking about, like, the time in Volume 1 where he just gets punched, I'm going to be mad. Because that's just a normal aura thing. Unless it's like, okay, like, maybe it's like a thing where he, like, deflects attacks, but they go back at, like, double the power or whatever. I don't fucking know.
When did they say this, though?
I don't know when they said it. I don't remember.
Damn it.
I'm gonna cut in for a second. Back to what that Noodle Grimm's name was.
Yeah.
Knuckle Leave or whatever.
Yeah, I told you.
Knuckle Leave.
Yeah.
What the fuck? What?
Yeah.
I wanted it to be called Noodle. it's a giant fucking noodle. It's larger.
It's a noodle horse.
It basically is, dude. Let's be real. Like, did you not see its arms?
I want there to be an animated version of the Dumb RWBY comic where they make that specific scene, and whenever it shows the fuck, what was it called again? Knuckle Leave. Whenever it shows him, his arms are always just like noodles above his head all the time.
Yeah, I think it's just a real show. I don't know.
Anyways, what were you questioning about Jean's semblance or whatever?
I don't know. I'm hoping it's not something really dull and boring, or like something that's just like, he can go Super Saiyan, he get really strong and fight people good.
He almost died and become strongest.
He almost killed. Then comes through.
It could be fucking yeah. Every time a Saiyan nearly
dies,
he becomes
defeating the sandwich only makes it tastier. Go. It depends.
But I
can't see it, but Jacob's face is just dead.
One thing I do think would be interesting is he says he comes from a long line of warriors. It'd be kind of cool if he was kind of an Avatar sort of thing. Not like he goes into the Avatar state, but like, well, kind of like that. Like maybe he like suddenly gets the experience of all of his ancestors or something, and then he can just fight like a hero. But I don't know. Or they just do it stupid and make it so he can bend lightning. I don't know. I lightning bender.
Measured bender.
I'm sorry for that. Depending on when they said that, if they said that after Volume 4, or
no, they didn't say it after Volume 4.
Said what?
Shit.
That
you've already
everything that I thought
that you've already. They said you've already seen Jean's. I think. I don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure that they said you've already seen Jean's semblance. I think it was like after Volume 2 or after Volume 3, maybe. But I think
shit, I'm gonna have to watch those seasons again.
Hold on. Because I thought that because of Volume 4's first or the moment where Jean was training, that whenever he swung his blade, all of a sudden like a gust of wind would go out.
Well, you know when you swing a blade, you create wind current.
Yeah, but it's moving the trees like really harshly. Like
I
he's
think
in a
it's just an
clear
effect.
oval,
Yeah, I think it's
he's
just an effect.
clear circle. So I thought that maybe it's like he can basically have like a wind blade.
Dude, what if his semblance was
Which
something
would be
really
super
stupid,
overpowered
like
because he
compassion?
could just stand there and then control the wind to slice shit up for him.
Dude, I don't think he's gonna beat the last Airbender.
Well, no. Well, I mean, like I said to you guys in the car a while back, was my idea of it is that it's going to work like the Valmon way from Castlevania. For anybody who is listening to this who is also a Castlevania fan,
Yeah, which is neither of us.
the Valmon way is a weapon where it's basically just the wind, and you can control it in like various amounts of Castlevanias. It's the best weapon in the multiplayer game. But basically, all you're doing is just standing there, and then you just see like the switching from the blade go in front of you, and it kills things instantly because you can just spam it, and it just keeps going. So it would be a super overpowered semblance if Jean got that, though. Because then you can't see his blade. It would cut you before you could see the wind current coming at you, more than likely. So that's what my theory was of Jean's semblance. But if they said that before Volume 4, Episode 2 or 1, I don't remember when they showed this.
Okay.
I think it was 3 actually.
Episode
real
3.
quick, I looked it up. Apparently, he was asked. Carrie Shawcross was asked a question. Will we see Jean's semblance finally show up? Carrie said you already have, and this was apparently Volume 2, Chapter 12 that he said this. That's the episode that was out. So, some point for Chapter 12, you've seen his semblance.
What if Jean's semblance is that he can make girls become attracted to him, and that's why Peter was
that would be the
attracted
No,
to him?
see, Pyrrha only likes him because she didn't.
He didn't know who Pyrrha was.
Yeah, like she wasn't recognized by him, like, which is like, yeah, cool. You like me for who I am, not because of what I do, which is a common thing for females to do, or anyone really.
Yeah, well, that was pretty sexist.
Hey, man.
Lane, that was pretty sexist.
I mean,
Why don't you calm down there? Anyhow,
I mean,
sorry.
not really. It wasn't really.
No,
that
it's
sexist.
It's not. I mean, of course, there are going to be few people that are going to take it that way, but
no.
yeah, I'd say there's a lot of celebrities that are like that, where they fall in love with somebody because of the fact that they treat them as an old person and all that. Like, that's celebrities like that, and fans where you don't like scream in their face and like hug them and jump up and down and like get all up in their personal space and like act like you're their best friend. They like it better when a fan comes up to them and is like, I really appreciate your work. I want to talk to you, dude. I want to like know what's going on with Daniel Sexbane or Britney Spears.
Yeah,
Britney Spears.
that's
Big
what made
jump there.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I don't know who that
And
is.
they made
I
that
also
like super
honestly
obvious
don't know.
in like the same episode because of Weiss. Like she clearly seemed off put by it, but was being nice to Weiss anyways, because that's just who she is. She's really super nice. But
Wait, what? Nice? Weiss? Oh, Pyrrha. Okay. Pyrrha. Sorry. I thought you were talking about Weiss, and you're giving me the confused look.
no, I'm giving you
I
a
was
fucking
confused.
stupid look.
Yeah, well, I was just as confused. I was like, what are you talking about?
I wasn't confused, as I stated.
Whatever.
You were confused.
Anyway, so... Alright, so we're done with Jean, because I think that's it. Yes. So, after Jean, then there's gonna be Nora. Nora, seems to be everybody's favorite character.
She's great.
She is. I will admit, she's pretty cool. And I can kind of understand why people love her, is because she's just one huge meme. I mean, her semblance is to absorb lightning. And
Yeah,
apparently
that's
the
how-
reason why she even got that was because she was struck by lightning and survived. At least that's what she said. I love that. It's very much her character
Yeah.
is just to say something so weird as that and then just leave it as that.
Yep.
I think her weapon is also really cool because it's both. It's just the same kind of weapon, only one is a ranged version of the same weapon. It's a grenade launcher and a hammer. It's basically like the same kind of damage, but with separate kind of weapons. Like one is close
Yeah, you know how
range,
your
the other
hammer
one
just
is-
explodes?
I mean, does her hammer not explode?
No,
really?
it doesn't!
It kind of
mean,
does
only when
whenever
she
it
fires
hits
it.
shit.
Yeah.
Only when she fires it. When she hits things, she does a lot of damage. But she doesn't
That's a
explode.
lot of damage.
Sean, when
I'm
you're
sorry, I
hammering
can't
things,
help it.
when you're hammering things, does it just explode every
Yes.
time?
I have a bad hammer.
Haven't you ever seen Sword Art Online Abridged where Elizabeth goes through the fucking
I don't hate myself.
God? That was
Actually,
the
the
Abridged
is
is so fucking good.
I've
Jacob.
seen it.
Okay. Why? Wait, do you remember that episode where Elizabeth goes?
I don't. I saw like 5 episodes maybe.
Yeah, it should have been the 5th episode.
I don't give a shit. All right.
Angry.
Anyway.
So, and with Nora, I don't. It was cool to see Nora before she was this hyperactive girl. When they went back into the past and like showed Nora as a small girl.
As a homeless girl.
Yeah, as a homeless
It's
small
a
girl.
fucking deadbeat.
Yeah, and she
Like
was
me.
just like. And she didn't seem happy. She was like very
she was
mean.
physically abused.
Yeah. She was
She was a
definitely
street
not
urchin.
what she was now, or what she is now.
Well, yeah, she was a street urchin, and then Ren's like, "Oh, hey, our entire village is destroyed except for us. Let's go make a name for ourselves."
And then I guess they're a couple. Are they a couple now?
Yes.
Technically,
Yeah,
I mean,
because
it's
like
blurred
the
out.
end of it, and then of
They
course
like held
Bumblebee.
hands. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, don't forget the song. Oh no, not Bubble. No, it's Boop.
It's Boop.
Yeah, it's Boop.
Her
Acoustic
thing-
version is better.
Yeah, I know. I also love that. That I'm sure is why a lot of people like her is because she does the Boop thing, and everybody loves people who do that. I don't know a single person who's a shitty person and boops people in the nose.
Guys,
And
I mean,
says
Sombra's a pretty shitty person. But
Guys, this guy-
Sombra.
Sombra.
Sombra's a pretty shitty
this
person.
guy on Reddit figured it out.
Yeah.
The semblance is instant group dance choreography.
Yes.
It's the only explanation.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
Gosh, I want
That'd
that to
be
be real.
so
That was
awful.
Rumble and the Dumbles. Oh, I love his name. His name's awesome.
Rumble in the
Rumble,
Dumbles.
Rumble
and the Dumbles.
Shout out to Rumble and the Dumbles for
Oh,
coming
my
up
new
with probably
favorite
the
person.
best John semblance
Instant dance
theory.
choreography.
Yeah, wow. I can't believe this.
It's-
I mean, it did happen.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, yeah, let's dance. And then it just
I have
happened.
a dress on. Let's go dance.
Maybe his semblance was to look good in a dress.
I mean, he's pretty sexy.
Oh, wow.
That dress isn't going to be
That's
white
pretty
when I'm
fucked up.
done with him.
Anyway.
I mean, it was kind of pinkish. It was like
And
a whitish
then-
pink.
Alright.
Dare you? Don't question my colors.
I think that's about it for Nora, I would say. There's not
Yeah,
really
there
much.
really wasn't too much.
Yeah,
She's
there-
the hottest character.
Well,
She's
yeah.
no, she's the hottest character. Shut up. Have you seen her face? Okay.
I mean,
I've also
I-
seen Pyrrha's face, so
Dude, Pierce boring though. Okay, she's nice and she's got like she's fucking kick ass, but
I'm
like,
glad we.
she's
already
basically Wonder
segued
Woman.
in the next one.
but
no,
Yeah,
Pyrrha's
and
great.
The
I
thing
mean,
I
she's
love,
got a ponytail and
God,
really high
And-
boots.
and she's a ginger. God damn it, man. I like her because she's a ginger, and I have a thing for gingers. I'm glad that
Wow.
there's a lot of things that have been said on this episode that
Also-
just show our fetishes.
I also love her spears,
preferences.
sword.
Okay, I
rifle.
shouldn't say fetishes. I should say preferences for
you want to
women.
get into fetishes? I like shit. Okay.
Wow!
Wow, Jacob, I didn't know you were into scat.
Gosh, could you imagine that?
I'm a
It's so
scat
gross.
man. Zero-da-dee-da-bup.
Anyways, no, I
Never heard that
actually
one
really do
before.
like her
Wow,
weapon.
got him.
Her weapon is great. A sword, spear,
I love how they use it. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Shield.
like when they're doing the whole pairing up thing when they have to go into the forest and how she finds Jean is just fantastic.
so
Just uses the rifle scope to find him.
I know.
Turns into a spear, aims, and just throws it.
Yeah, it's just like,
catches him.
I love the
Thanks.
I love the pause where it's just like, "Ding." Thank thank you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's so good.
good.
That is one of the best jokes in all of Volume 1. Other than Weiss coming by, seeing Jean and be like, no fucking way.
I saw a picture where like they were, so it's a picture of like a moment after Oscar reveal he's also Ozpin, or reveals. I forgot the S in that word. And so this guy like put up what he wishes all the characters would have said. The other three were boring. Jean's was great. It's I haven't practiced my landing strategy. I wish.
Yes. Yes.
Blood.
Oh goodness.
He's
He
like,
doesn't
he
appear anymore to help
nitpicks
him.
everything that everyone has to work on. And that should have been it. That should have been the
You
thing.
need to work on your landing strategy.
That's so good.
That should have been it.
Oh my gosh.
One thing I truly loved about Pyrrha was that because she was such a celebrity, God, it really just goes all around.
I'm sorry. I keep saying that.
Well, time to look at
It's okay, because, I mean, I keep on going back to my fan fiction,
You
so
do,
it's kind
you
of just
do.
the same thing.
Hold on. Before we fully move into Pyrrha, I want to give one more awesome
we
thing.
did move in.
I know we did. There's just one more Jean theory that I think is
Oh,
great.
boy.
From 14
Here
of
we go.
12. I'm just saying,
Shout out
for
to
all
14 to 12.
Yeah, 14 of 12, a fucker. I'm just saying, for all we know, it could be him vomiting. He's the vomit boy, remember?
yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm
it's
done reading off shit
Okay.
from Reddit.
So with Pyrrha, the one thing I really like about her is that she's so fucking socially awkward, and I love it.
I'm sorry.
I love that so much. That she's just this big celebrity. She's practiced so much that she's become the greatest huntswoman, but she hasn't put anything into charisma. Obviously,
She forgot.
she did not know how to interact with people
She,
very well.
she does. And then they give like a good reason for it.
Oh, yeah.
Like she specifically references like, well, everyone looks at me in a different light, so I could never really get to know anyone.
Yep.
And
then
even though her semblance is super overpowered, I really did like it. And like how she used it. Because like, she never...
So cute.
Yeah. I love it. Send it to me.
You got
Anyways,
it, man.
she never like used it in an obvious way, which is what I loved about it.
Yeah, she only used it to like kind of.
Yeah, like,
It gave her an edge, but she could just be a fat lazy piece of shit and just like glue everyone to the wall.
yeah, or like,
It's like I win.
or like
Yeah.
take their weapon, just like throw it in the distance and be like,
Yeah,
fight me.
and that's why we've already kind of brushed over it, but that's why she had to die.
Yeah.
Part of the reason why it was very easy to kill her off, because if she had stayed with the group, she could win them every single fight.
Yeah.
Like Tyrion shows up, she's like, "Think! All right, let's go."
He's hard and Crow can hardly handle him.
Yeah,
Done.
right? Boom. Like, she wins every time. And that's why they can't put her in any real fights, and that's why the only real, like, the only life or death fights she's ever in are against Grimm and Cinder. Cinder she can't counter because there's the only metal...
Cinder, she just died.
Yeah.
So-
Oh, yeah. But, like,
Well, no,
she can't...
She hardly wears metal. She doesn't wear like the only thing
Yeah,
that's metal, like,
Cinder
her
only
necklace or
uses
whatever.
glass.
Yeah.
And then also the power she was given, like the magic shit. And Pyrrha has to resort to using the environment to work for her. And then, and Grimm, obviously, there's nothing she can do there. Like, I remember just thinking about that. I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess it's never a life or death fight with, like, Mercury or anyone. All the fights she has with people with, like, actual metal it's just nothing, you know? Although she should have stuck around to fight the robots, now that I think about it. Like, what the fuck? Like, you're the greatest counter. These giant robots are kicking all your friends' asses, and you're like, I'm gonna go fight the glass girl! To be fair, she had the best chance out of all of them.
Yeah.
Unless one of the actual huntsmen went up there. Well,
Yeah,
then
like,
again, Ozpin lost.
Yeah, Ozpin died.
Oh, dude, I
guess.
can't wait to like see more with that cane, because they like specifically said the cane can like store time or something.
That reminded me, I wish they would finally like do a flashback to what the fuck we've missed in Volume 3 with Ozpin versus Cinder and RWBY versus Cinder. I want to know why her eye is like fucked up now.
Yeah, well,
and what happened with the dragon that was
If
frozen.
If I recall, after Pyrrha died, RWBY just got fucking pissed. became like a god.
And
started
white,
shining, and she like
white smoke came out of her eyes and like a giant.
I don't remember if she
form.
shot at her or like.
No, nothing happened.
No, she just screamed, and then Cinder said "what?" and then the whole entire scream went into white.
Okay.
Nothing happened.
Yeah.
And then, they got frozen or something. Somehow Cinder loses an eye, and then she escapes, but the dragon gets frozen in stone. And everyone refuses to tell her what happened.
Well, that might have to do with why she has the silver eyes, obviously.
Yeah.
But like, and they want that
She
to
is
be
a
like
dragon.
a huge reveal.
She's an avatar.
The last airbender.
She uses fire to make the eye go off, and she uses water and ice. It forms into ice. I don't know because I haven't watched Avatar: The Last Airbender to know enough about that. Water and air to freeze the
It's
dragon.
Just water.
Yeah, they could just freeze
You
it.
can just freeze it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Because ice is water.
I mean, yeah, but like,
All they had to
you'd
do
think
was-
it'd be ice and or water and air, and then you could use the air to cool off the water up to the point where it freezes.
No, I think the whole thing is just if you compress the water enough, it'll just like
I mean, it's not.
crystallize or
Yeah,
something.
I don't think that's how it works, but
Yeah, but I mean that'd be an easy explanation, I guess. But
yeah.
Yeah. Shit, where's my phone?
right there.
In your butt.
Oh, you
Getting
got
real.
me
I
good.
sure am
Hi.
funny.
We already talked about Ren too, so
Yeah, Ren, we've gotten over.
Yep.
He's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I like him.
He's cool.
Asian.
He's also
Okay.
good. He's also an Asian.
All right. So,
All right, so now,
I forgot the team name for Cinder's team.
well, Cinder's team doesn't
technically-
come in until Volume 2. We're still on Volume 1. So
I mean,
now,
are
I
we
guess
still-
Penny would be the next.
Penny is robot.
Or
Penny is, in fact, a robot.
the teacher team.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, team
Talk about the well, I don't
Team
know.
Ozpin.
I don't know, because
Oh,
I guess now we could just talk about like any of the big events in there, and then also Penny if we want to talk about Penny. Other than the fact she's a well, actually I guess that really is all there is that she's a robot. She's trying to learn how to be human.
And then
Ruby's
she's
good.
hilariously great.
Yeah, no,
hilariously
she's pretty
great,
awesome.
And then it's sad because then she dies in volume
She
3.
totally
She gets turned
died.
into a nickel.
She can't.
Ah!
It's 3 pennies, 5 pennies. It's not 3 pennies.
5 pennies.
So okay, get this. I get a brand deal with Pepsi, and so all of a sudden we make Team Pepsi, and they're all crow. But nah, it's just all crow. Okay. Anyways, fucking volume 1. I don't know. It's a volume.
It is indeed.
I've got like nothing else to say about volume 1.
Honestly, I have no idea what
we've-
to talk about with that.
We've exhausted everything with volume 1 at this point because the entire
We've
thing's
exhausted everything with everything from season 1, season 4, and kind of season 3.
yeah. Well,
We've basically exhausted all of it.
I mean, I could go on a tangent with 4. 'Cause it's 4.
Yeah.
What a
The
failure.
worst season.
What sucks, like one thing I don't like about like, the Rooster Teeth fan base is like, just from what I've seen, they seem to just praise whatever Rooster Teeth does, no matter what it is. It's like I saw people being like, "Volume 4 was the best season," and I'm just like, man, like I'm not saying it was awful, but like there were a lot of problems with that season, in my opinion. It just ended way too early, and like we barely.
It definitely wasn't the best.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I get, like I honestly get it. Every season can't be 3. Like 3 was like fucking amazing. 6 episodes of action and then 6 more episodes of insane plot development and action.
Yeah.
Like I get it. You can't do that every single year. But oh my gosh, like what a fucking travesty. And like I don't know, I'm getting kind of bored with like all the episodes that are just like we're just gonna talk
Yeah.
for the whole episode. Like I get that there have to be some episodes like that. I have nothing against that. It just gets kind of boring when like it's just there have been 4 episodes and nothing has happened.
And I hate to say this, but if you're gonna have an episode of talking, have it like during a fight or something.
Yeah, or
like Dragon Ball Z or something.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be 50 episodes, but
like
have
maybe
some fights.
like maybe while I don't know, while Yang and Weiss were talking to Raven, maybe they could have been fighting. I don't know. Like I understand that's not always the easiest, but also this show is built off of like insane fight scenes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's definitely an action. It should have more action in it than in what it does.
Yeah, It's part of the reason why I fucking watch it. Is because like it's got a cool plot, but it's also got awesome fight scenes, even from like freaking Volume 1. Like my favorite ones, I think, are still probably like the ones from like the Red trailer. And like Black trailer is pretty good. I think Yellow is probably the best one.
I didn't actually watch the character trailers, the beginning character trailers, but I can say without a doubt, my favorite fight throughout the entire show so far has been with the Nevermore and the Deathstalker.
Oh, dude, that one was great.
It is the best fight in the entire show.
It's very cool. It's cool how they actually managed to like incorporate. They managed to incorporate 8 different characters into one fight.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of 2 fights going on at the same time, but because RWBY mostly fights the Nevermore and Juniper mostly fights the Deathstalker.
Yep.
I also that's when fucking Pyrrha first does her like launch with her hammer, which is amazing.
Yep.
Oh my god!
Actually,
Love that.
didn't Ruby actually like tell everybody their objectives in that fight?
I think she.
I feel like she did. I think she actually told like Team Juniper, handle the Scorpion. Team Ruby, we're going after the bird or something like
I mean,
that.
that's really all she
Or
did.
it could've been-
like
it
give
could've
them
been-
what they were doing.
Well,
I mean, yeah,
I
but
think she put together the
still-
idea to slingshot her.
Yes,
Yeah,
that was
she
about
also
the only
did.
thing.
Yeah.
Huh? That is actually
Like she
probably the first few.
No, that was the first time she actually thought of a combination move.
Yeah,
and then
like,
and then
incorporating
she.
the team.
I loved how in Volume 2 she made all their team combos ship names.
Mm.
It's awesome. Like they took the actual ship names from the community, like Ice Flower,
my
Bumblebee,
God.
Freezer Burn,
Yes.
Checkmate. They specifically avoided using Fire Flower or anything because that would have been no.
Yeah.
What?
But no.
What's wrong with Fireflower?
Okay, Sean. Let's,
I am an innocent boy.
let's think about it. Okay, so what's Bumblebee?
Bumblebee. That's it's Yane and Blake.
Yes. Okay, and now what's Freezer Burn?
That would be Ruby and Weiss.
No. Try
Oh,
again.
Weiss and Yane.
Yes. And what is White Rose? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
You got
Ruby
it.
and
Proud
Yane.
of you.
Okay.
Did it.
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
Yeah, that's why they
Ruby
didn't do it.
Community, you're very disgusting when you want to. What was that? Oh, okay. No,
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, that was Cinder, Weiss, and Pyrrha.
All in
a bed
sexual
and
clothing.
very sexual clothing.
Anyways. Oh,
Anyway.
dude, Bounty Hunter. All right.
Anyway, so what were you guys talking about?
We were just talking about like just kind of complaining about Volume 4,
I see.
and also talking about action and how there should probably be a little bit more of it in these seasons, because the season 4, its structure with action has been pretty similar to. I know we're supposed to be talking about Volume 1, but
No, that's cool.
season 4, its structure in terms of action has been really similar to Volume 5 so far. Except there's even less action in Volume 5 so far, which is fucking killing me. Like at least in previous seasons, like it always opened with a fight. This season was like, we're walking, yay,
We made it!
which, I was patient with because I'm like, okay, it's no big deal, I'm sure. And I think with episode 2 they hit us with a fight scene. I think that was the Weiss fight scene, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Which was really good. It was really good. I love the finale to that fight. It's so good.
Speaking of that, actually, I thought that the pilot was going to turn out to be Neptune.
That'd be interesting.
It would have been very interesting.
He just like takes out his
Like,
helmet. He's like, "Hey, babe, how's it
yeah,
going?"
basically.
All right, that would have been cool.
That would have been really. I want to know what happened to the pilot. Are we just supposed to?
He's either dead
probably
or
dead.
got captured. He's somewhere.
If he was captured, then he would have been with Weiss. and he
okay, well,
wasn't.
maybe they just murdered him, or maybe he got away.
Yeah.
He was in the cockpit, like,
Why wouldn't he help out Weiss then?
because he was a
No,
piece of shit.
No, that's right. I think you saw like his leg in the frame where it showed Weiss like laying
Yeah,
there. I'm pretty
I remember
sure.
that.
I'm pretty sure that he was in frame and one of the parts where they walked up on Weiss.
I don't remember that.
But like, he was also face down. I could 100% be wrong, but I feel like I remember seeing like his leg or something. Non-disembodied leg. Just his leg.
Just bleeding all over Weiss.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he could have easily like survived and gotten away. He was in the cockpit. That would have been like better put together to like withstand a crash than the cargo bay where Weiss was.
Yeah. With the door hanging.
Yeah, fucking right. You couldn't even close the damn door, you asshole. But yeah, I assume it's pretty much irrelevant who he is, what he's doing. They didn't give him a name. Never saw his face. So we probably just have to assume he either got away, died, or is somewhere else in the camp. But it seems like it's pretty irrelevant. Yeah, so far, I wish they had put in a little bit more action so far. It's like, I get there having 1,000,001 opportunities for it, but it's made it a little boring because you were just kind of sitting here watching everyone talk to each other. It's just like, let's sit down and talk, and let's go out and try and get signatures. It's like, come on, do something. That was like all of season 4 for me. It was like, just get up, go and do something that actually affects the damn plot.
Like the only other fight besides the Reaver Wasps was really the fight with Yang fending off the brigands.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and that was cool.
Yeah,
I like that. That was a really good fight. But it was really short and and then she just kind of went in the camp, and then that was it.
Yeah.
Team RWBY hasn't fought anyone, but I'll give them a pass on that because it's just like they just made it to Haven Academy or what is it? Was it Signal? Is this one Signal Academy?
Signal Academy,
I thought it was Haven.
Well, Haven is
Haven's town.
Haven's the place that they're at, but
Signal.
Signal's the actual school, because it's always like Beacon, Signal, whatever.
Any other words related to the
Yeah, exactly.
Post. Command post.
That's what?
It's a single word.
And also, it's supposed to indicate like an alarm of some sort, I think, or like a transmission.
Alarm. One of them is just called alarm.
That would be dumb.
Fire alarm.
What else?
Don't pull it.
Siren. I'm sure one of them is probably called Siren.
Maybe. Anyways,
Wouldn't be surprised.
well, speaking of Signal, maybe one's fucking dumb. All right. I don't know. It's just like I feel like they could do a little bit more. I hope that they do some more action on the second half of the season.
If they don't, I'm gonna be upset.
I will too. Like I'm sure that it'll end in like either at like 3/4 into the season or at the end of the season. I'm assuming it's gonna be at the end of the season. They're all gonna meet up at Raven's camp. That's where the big fight will be.
I don't even think by the end of the season, honestly. I feel like probably near the end of the season, but not like the actual end.
If I was as optimistic as I was at the beginning of last season, I'd be right there with you. I'm not that optimistic anymore. That's how the season's gonna end.
If in the next couple episodes we don't find out that Lionheart is conspiring with Salem and her group and fight him, I'm probably gonna be a little upset. Not gonna lie.
Well, I don't know.
Like they're staying at his school. I'm sure they're bound to find out eventually.
I don't know. Because we're not gonna see the I don't know. I wonder if we'll see the fall of Signal, right?
Yeah.
We probably will. Like
same whole big thing. Like
I wonder.
the ball beacon.
I'll bet it's gonna be like Team Ranger and with Weiss and Yang and Oscar.
Ranger and Y.
Ranger and friends.
Ranger and Y.
I assume maybe it'll be like they all go to Raven's camp. Meanwhile, the White Fang invades Signal and takes it over. They're fucking destroys it.
RWBY Jr.
Fucking shut up. But yeah, you're right. I love how they call that. I do love the little debate at the beginning of season 4.
It's like, is it Junior or Ranger? Ranger sounds cooler though, but it's not a color.
Even if
neither is Junior.
Even if it was the case that it sounded cooler, RWBY was definitely the one taking charge.
Yeah, I suppose
it was not John.
Yeah. No, John did show like leadership skills eventually.
I'm the tactician. I'm gonna figure out the thing everyone else figured out at the beginning of the fight.
Yeah.
All right.
Good job, John. You're a great
even if
character.
it was showing leadership like qualities, Ruby is more experienced with them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, granted, they started at the same time. She has been a better leader than Sean has the entire show.
Yeah. What else can we say about Volume 1, though?
Nothing.
Or do you
Pretty
really-
much
Yeah.
It's mostly character setup.
Yeah.
Like, we basically destroyed 1, 3, and 5.
I wouldn't even say we've
or not 3,
destroyed
4.
3.
4 and 5.
Or,
I'd
well,
say.
yeah, well, 4 is really easy to destroy because all you have to say is just it's Pyrrha, or it's Ren and Nora's
Sean
arc.
and friends.
The Tyrion
It's
fight was
Ren and
pretty
Nora.
cool. I like the Tyrion fight because Crow shows up.
I mean,
And I like his song.
yeah,
It's
actually,
good.
honestly, that's a dirty lie. We can say more about that
Yeah.
because there's still like
story's
Yang's
good.
arc and then Weiss's
Well,
arc.
Yang's
and
arc is 5
Blake's
minutes
arc.
long.
Yeah,
It's like
I don't want arm. Okay, fine,
I
arm.
put
I
arm.
spray paint arm. I
spray
go.
I spray paint.
I go.
I clean up a bike with paint. Ow, that hurt.